friend, they have like a family dinner on Sunday nights, and I got invited to this one. So they're because it's last week. It was Easter, and Ben didn't go because he's meeting my family.
Should be going live. I'm
Yep,
not seeing any notifications. Okay.
Anyway.
Hi everybody.
Hi.
We were just talking about Sharice's love life.
Why am I picturing the hi Roman? We were just talking about something else. We're talking about something else and never anything else.
You nerd.
What? Us on task?
But yeah, Sophie talked to him without me present, and I'm worried.
You guys are so cute.
So.
Oh my god, you guys are so cute.
Oh yeah.
I'm Maxie.
Oh gosh.
That
Not the
reminds me.
episode, no.
What is this?
Actively trying to repress that memory.
You will never when I'm here.
I think that's also Rain's least favorite episode.
Yeah, I can get that. I can get that.
But yeah.
So yeah, recap. Go for it. You know what to do.
Go, Sharice.
Last session should just be called I should not be allowed to make choices in D&D campaigns anymore.
When I was ill.
So Kayla's finished up watching everyone in Leah's village die, and was like, okay, time to move on, and caught up with the others. The others went to the void, and they hung out there for a little bit, trying to figure out on what to do, and kind of trying to figure out how to get across the void. And then Kiddish joined them, and we discovered there's a person in the void. Ding dong. Kiddish already knew about that. And so we're just sitting there oh, great. And then the void started trying to draw us in. And we realized the person's about to get out. And so then we're oh, shoot, we need to leave. And then we learned that this person is Justice. And then Leah...
It's Judgment.
Judgment! That's it. And
I am Justice.
And
Got him.
so then Leah remembered about some tales about Judgment coming and everything like that, and everything going bad. And if you've ever done anything wrong in your life, you're just gonna be your Judgment's gonna get you like a boogeyman. And Kiddish claims that she's never done anything wrong ever. So they should not be afraid. So
does that make Gale worse than Kiddish?
No, it just makes Gale more self-aware than Kiddish.
Reminds me of how Gale was worrying about oh my gosh, I did this one wrong thing one time, and Cedar
I stole a scroll from the library.
And Cedar just turns around and goes, I run a gang.
So Leah pulled out her pop-up ship, which is great.
Awesome.
I loved the pop-up ship.
The one airship we haven't managed to wreck yet.
Keyword yet.
Trying.
Give it time. Give it time.
So we were all escaping, and we were debating on whether or not to attack the flaming skulls that were now coming out of the void and going after us. And what did we do? And I was just trying to get more information and reached out to the void. Here's the thing. Kiddish doesn't currently have a soul. These aberrations of the skulls technically can mimic souls. We did not know this. When I did that, and all of a sudden, Kiddish got possessed. And so then, because it was a nat 1 roll, that screwed us over. And so then, Cedar tried tackling, Gale tried holy water.
Tried a whole exorcism.
And I failed.
You went
did
full
not
priest. Wow.
in the saving throw. Did not succeed in that saving throw. And then the possessed Kiddish drew a rune, used magic, and decided to yeet us through dimensions. We went through the 9 hells, bunch of places we didn't know, and then crash landed into this one place called the Abyss.
This one place.
Just this place,
This place called the Abyss.
A little hole in the wall.
This place with these people.
So So we went in. So we went in, met a beholder, and we're like, oh, this is lovely. And they were like, we're gonna attack the beholder because the beholder was eating a child. And then we were like, wait, maybe we shouldn't attack this
Happy
thing.
Sunday. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Happy Sunday, everyone. And so then
You can see why we didn't do this on Easter.
exactly. So then the beholder's like, turned to Kid and was like, you're like me. And then ripped off the arm, or was it the arm or leg? One of the appendages.
He just no, he didn't rip off anything. He ripped it in half.
And tossed part of it to Kiddis. And then Leah gave Kiddis permission to eat it because Kiddis really wanted to eat it, while the other two sat on the sidelines, horrified, because they didn't understand what was going on. We were speaking in Abyssal, and neither of them knew what was going on. So
Cedar and
Does
Gale were
Kiddis see
along
babies
for the
now?
ride. They were just along for a very horrifying ride.
And so then Kiddis
Yeah.
consumed and discovered that it's not technically souls, but it is life essence. And the beholder is just like, hey, so if you want to get out of here, you gotta go talk to my mom. And we're like, great!
I have this image of the beholder with braces and pimples, just like a teenage beholder.
And
You
so-
should talk to my mom!
So then we went to go walk down. We went through puzzles and super overthought those puzzles. Because it was just Pac-Man. It was just Pac-Man. If you want context for this, go back and watch it. Watch us suffer with overthinking.
If you want to recap, go and watch the last session. That's what I'm getting from this.
If you want to know what that meant, just go watch it. So then we managed to get down to the room with the beholder, with the big mom beholder that took up the entire freaking room.
She was the size of a battle map.
And so we were just sitting there, just like, okay. And we were talking with her, and she's like, just like, hey, you guys should stay here with me. And we were like, let's not, except for Gil and Kiddis, who failed their saving throws.
And got flipping.
Technically wasn't here, so...
So then, as Gil and Kiddis were hypnotized, Leah was just like, I'm going to free them, and had her rats fight them.
Oh, she only did that for Gale.
No, we didn't technically.
Well, she tried it for Kiddis, but it didn't work.
Because
Right.
poison immunity, because I screwed up my character.
She just dragged Kiddis and shoved her through the door.
Yep. And so basically, so then the beholder was not very happy. So then the beholder's like, hey, you can leave, but only if you bring back my bestie back. Judgment.
You know, the bestie. The embodiment of
Judgment. And
Bring back my
because I
friend.
didn't like that she escaped. And so then we're like, Leah said, okay, I'll be in charge of that. And so then Leah got kind of branded and is now in a deal with this giant beholder, and if we don't succeed in that deal, we all get ripped back to this abyss to be lived there forever as her pets.
She's just lonely.
She's just lonely.
She just wants
That's all.
friends.
I just want some friends.
Then
Just
make
want some
friends.
pets.
Yeah, people.
But no one wants to live in the abyss.
Wow.
I'm sure some people would. There's no way.
I mean-
Kiddis
I mean-
wouldn't.
Counterpoint, Charisse. Many teenagers live in the abyss. I'm just saying.
Send the entirety of the little worshippers there. That's the solution. Anyway, she'll have her besties. So anyway, so then we went through, and the last thing that happened was when Kiddis walked through, and the beholder said, "You left something here," and my immediate reaction was, "Oops."
Oops.
Because at this point, I don't know what I did. And I'm like, okay, what did I leave here this time? And it turned, and so then all of a sudden, black smoke went into Kiddis, and we left. And that's where we left.
I got to check off
What?
another box on the bingo
What?
sheet called "Things that Cedar like higher beings that Cedar has sass."
Yep. And so anyway, yeah. So now we're leaving via beholder magic tattoo teleport out portal.
Inside her mouth.
And it was lovely.
No, it
It
wasn't.
was so lovely. And I wish I knew what Kiddis now ate again.
A
Why don't
baby.
you
Anything, eating things.
I'm spinning too.
It started with that stupid toast, and it got worse.
It started with a toast, and then something happened. All of a sudden, babies.
Oh, okay.
Crazy.
Good times.
Who needs context in a Misty Owl gaming stream? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
So
Too far.
Oh no, I've killed Charisse.
it's just good because now Kiddis
No, it's
isn't
not. She didn't get to
isn't
meet
hungry
Ben's
anymore.
family.
Because
Um,
Kiddis is
I don't
fulfilled.
know, I killed cookies.
Kiddis now has a soul.
What?
It's taken this long, but it's finally happened.
You know? You went to the wizard, and the wizard was like, you left something here? Here, have it. And then you're like, if I only had a soul, do, and so it, like, you know.
I can't give you a soul, but what I can give you is a doctorate.
Anyways, so you guys find yourselves in a familiar place. All now branded with a pulsing red mark on your hand. It doesn't hurt, but it does emit a little bit of a light. Kind of in the design of a large round eyeball with tendrils with smaller eyeballs on the ends of it. Basically the shape
Hate
of the
that.
beholder. Is now lightly imprinted on your hand. It's kind of like old scars, how they have that like white material that just pulses a red in a pool every once in a while. But it's not negative. It's not painful. It's just a reminder of your obligation to get the beholder her friend back. So,
Yeah.
so nothing bad.
Yes, you do.
But you find
It's
yourselves
a nightlight.
in a familiar. It's a nightlight, exactly.
Oh, now Gail
She's-
has something to help him see in the dark.
He has the goggles, technically.
Yeah.
I know. We just,
Never
like,
forget.
made fun of having dark vision.
But what
Just
you
like
guys
we made fun
are,
of you for not using your rogue's properties.
Or your height
Mm.
properly.
That's what
What
I thought you
height?
were gonna say.
Because you're
Alright.
short.
because you're short.
I didn't know that.
Really?
This is more information.
Because 4'9" is like really tiny.
Do not join my dad in this. He wants to say that I'm 4'11. Do not join my father in
Yeah,
this.
come on, Doku.
Oh.
Respect Sophie and her 4 foot and 1 inch and a half. Come
Gary.
on. Okay.
Wait, it's 4'1" squared? 4'11"? That's what it is.
Also, what?
Yep. Now I gotta make it weird, confusing.
I'm already confused by math. Don't do any more. She's
Play a game that
burritoing.
requires so much math, and yet we just don't math.
It's
We
all
don't
good.
math well.
You're only college kids. Doesn't matter.
I'm graduated.
I'm not.
Who needs math in college? All right. So, you guys find yourselves in a familiar arch, but a hole has kind of opened up and threw you guys out to the point where it was extremely difficult to kind of land on your feet. It was very turbulent of a ride, and you don't really remember much of the travel out, but you're there and you're standing in front of a familiar arch. The difference is at this point is you can't fully see through it. It's kind of like an opaque, and the lightning that would every once in a while pulse to kind of charge the shield seems to be striking a lot more frequently and viciously, as almost like the barrier is being pushed and used. And it doesn't take much to realize that the barrier is holding back the vortex that judgment is coming out of. And so you kind of get the feeling that it's holding judgment back for the time being. But it is under duress, this threshold, essentially, this this point in existence where the veil was thinner. But as you guys are kind of staring at the barrier, it begins to crack, and a black scar
What?
forms in the barrier itself. And outside the brim of the barrier, you see small shots of blue flame, basically just flinging out like cinders in a fire when you add a new piece of firewood. And they kind of land, and they just kind of rest there. And out of the barrier, something emerges.
No.
I don't like that.
And give me 1 second.
I know.
Please no Eldritch Horrors from another dimension this session, please.
Yeah, we already have one.
Haha. Very funny.
What?
She called me an eldritch horror.
So,
Not
come
far off.
on.
No. No.
Not to her face.
No. No, that better not be what I think it is.
He's...
Murder time. Let's go.
Why is Baby Yoda blue?
Is that Gobto or Fopto? I will violate Geneva Conventions right now.
Technically, they don't count for civilians.
True! Oh, yeah, I said it is them. Alright,
So,
today's the day.
a couple
Duncan,
emerge.
why'd you have to make them cute?
What?
Y'all remember when he said that I could pity anything?
And why are they
Where
all
you
so
learned
blue?
Why are they
This is
blue?
where you learn that that's wrong.
What's wrong with being
Are they
blue?
blue or that they're cute?
It's
No. I said y'all remember when y'all had that whole tangent that I could pity anything?
Yeah.
This is where you're gonna learn that's not true.
Oh.
I have limits. And you're about to see it. It's these two.
so out of this tear that kind of was formed essentially at the barrier threshold, blue flames come out and emerges two tiny little goblin creatures. And they hit the ground with like a force, right? And the torches that they're holding kind of hits the ground and slides to your feet. And they kind of get up and they brush themselves off, and he checks on her and she checks on him. They're just completely ignoring you at this point. And you hear them begin to have this indistinct conversation, and they're like, "Oh, we made it. This would be the perfect place to set up." Wait, what? I missed something, apparently.
What?
I said I missed something, apparently. I didn't hear
No,
her.
when you said they got their Shuri said gun.
Wait,
And I died.
gun?
I cast gun. Cast gun. God.
I have gun. I'm here for Sophie.
Are you rolling initiative? Is this combat?
Not yet. Not yet.
Surprise round.
No, I'm like, technically that would be a surprise round. They would not be expecting you guys to open fire. So they're having basically a conversation, and
Yeah, that could have
then
just been like Cox and Preps and kind of just like.
so at the cocking of the gun, you see their large ears kind of twitch, and they look over and they see you, and they both kind of stare. And with their torches, they kind of start them together, and then they form like a heart with the blue flame, and then they push the flames outward, and they're like, "Welcome! We haven't set up shop yet, but you guys can be our first customers." And then they kind of begin to like walk over to you, and they're like sniffing you and like looking at you, and they're like, "So how are you guys today? Are you in need of anything?"
Don't
5 foot
give
radius.
us hearts. We don't want your love. No.
What's the problem? We've never met. Why are you so apprehensive?
What are your names?
I'm Gobna, and this is my wife, Fobna.
Leah, do you have a truth thingy?
I will roll insight on this.
Okay.
Can I? Hang on. Let me just double check something because I might be able to do something.
That's a nat
Roll.
20 for a 26.
Oh damn it! I was going to cast Stone of Truth.
You still can. I mean, nothing's gonna stop you.
Got a nat 20. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, that's you. I mean, looking at them, they introduce themselves as different. They're a completely different skin tone, and they look completely different. They're wearing different clothing.
Well, I will say, just in case this changes your answer a little bit,
Mhm.
the Grovel Thrash does give me advantage on insight checks, specifically to suss out if someone's lying.
Okay, so they
You got a nat 20.
they introduce themselves as Gobna and Fobna, and you have no indication that they're lying.
Okay.
Like they're legitimate, and like I said, with the natural 20, I was explaining that they they seem different. They kind of have that same like pushy salesman attitude, but they're the same, or they're not the same as like the ones you encountered before.
How'd you come out of the portal?
Well, we honestly, I mean, don't want to give up too much of our secrets, and he kind of nudges you in the upper thigh because he's short as heck. And he's like, we heard there was a lot of opportunities here, so we rode the flames. Our world's kind of changing because it doesn't have magic, and your world is losing magic. So we figured we'd come and start selling magic items here. We've heard a lot of people have a lot of success, and then we get some gold, and then we make a gold house, and then we live in the forest in our gold house, and we're just rich. It's like dragons, but short and adorable, and he like flicks his little ears.
First of all, you like pseudo dragons. Second of all, making a gold house in a forest, that's really not well camouflaged.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to be camouflaged. I want people to come buy my stuff. Why would I want to hide?
People might steal your house. I'm just saying.
And he kind of has this really big, toothy grin, and you hear her start laughing and making like a high-pitched, squealy laugh as well. Stealing from a goblin? You guys must not have been around for very long.
Sorry, what?
You don't steal from a goblin.
I mean, technically, you can steal from anyone.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just whether you get caught.
And they kind of look at each other like, you guys are brave enough to steal from goblins here?
No, I'm not saying that.
Well,
you
no.
would. I'm
No.
saying conceptually speaking,
Yeah.
I've seen it done.
I mean,
Morals aside.
we're here to just try to do business and
Oh no, we're
to
not
sell
going to steal from you.
things. And,
No.
I mean,
You guys are kind of
No.
cute.
oh,
I'm
so
saying it is a risk, and I'm letting you all know there are people who would and have done so.
perfect. So, knowing that you're educating me on the risks of this new world that I'm in, I'll give you a discount on your first purchase, 30%. How about that? What would you like? I can make literally anything for you.
Depends, because
I want to know how you make it.
Yeah,
I can't give you trade secrets. Come on now, I'd be out of business.
we have theories, and our theories, if they're right, then we don't know how ethical it is, because we've met other goblins that sell very similar things to y'all, which is part of why we reacted.
Ah.
They were rude.
They were very rude.
Who have you guys met? Who's come over? I thought we were going to be the first here. Darn it.
Their names were Gobto and Fobto.
Oh. Fuck those guys.
You know those guys?
Oh yeah, that's my brother's, uncle's, cousin's, sister's twice removed. And just goes on this weird family rant.
So what does that make you guys?
Not related at all.
Absolutely nothing.
No, they're a completely different type of goblin. They're green. Ugh, you never trust those greenies. They're only in for the money.
Hey, now,
We're the
let's
explorers.
let's not bring race into this.
Whoa. It's okay for me. I'm also a goblin.
Sound like that?
Sorry. We're gonna redact that joke.
Don't cancel us.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
But no, I mean, I call it like I see it. He's a piece of shit businessman. I'm a great businessman.
Okay.
All right, you drive a hard bargain, half off for being my first customers. What you need? What you want?
This entire time, Leah's just been kind of silent, and I'm gonna have that like her silent moments, as her searching for the other side of the bracers. So was that a performance check?
So what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to I'm like thinking to myself. I'm basically trying to communicate with my bracers silently, asking where the other side is.
Oh.
Interesting.
Cool.
So you're just trying to have like a conversation?
Just like basically a mental conversation. I'm not actually saying anything.
Gotcha.
Hey guys,
Hello?
Right.
is anybody there?
This is Buzz Lightyear.
Let's do an insight, I guess, on that one
Okay.
for conversational.
Okay. That's a 23.
Right. You are trying to commune with your braces that you got, and you can still kind of, because they're still attached to the essentially the forearms, right? You're just kind of looking at them, and what comes to mind in that moment is you almost hear his voice, giving you life advice, like, but it's like internalized almost, and it's more of like a memory, but it's not an actual memory. But it feels like a communication of just like giving you advice, and it kind of puts you at ease.
So I don't figure out where the well, so who is he?
You're the fire giant.
I haven't connected to him yet.
Well, he's attached to the bracers
Not yet.
that are in your hand.
Not yet.
Wait, no, he's the other half. Wait, hold on.
Not yet.
Not
He
yet.
will be.
He will be. Right.
The other half is unknown.
The other half is unknown. Okay. But what I mean though is you're in possession though of the other set of bracers. His half.
Leah's in possession of one side of the bracers and in
Yeah.
possession of the fire giant's wrist.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have the other bracers that the Leah's connects to yet.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh yeah, I'm aware.
So I'm looking for those.
Gotcha. And
That's what this was for.
Yeah. Okay.
I hate that bar.
Fabna walks
Bad
up.
shit's on the way.
Fabna walks up
Oh, dear.
and tugs on you.
Oh,
He'll just look
Sorry.
downward.
We can help you with that.
How so?
We're good at finding things. Really good at finding things. I mean, we found our way here, right? You know how far we had to come? Through a world, no magic, a portal? The things we had to face? We couldn't sell anything in the shadows, so that's why we came out here. But we have a way of finding things, and we could pass that on to you for a price.
That half off still apply?
Of course.
How much?
Well, you can
I
either
find this
use
to be
our
very
services, or we can sell it to you in item form.
Can you repeat that?
I said we can just kind of point you in the right direction as our services go, or we can sell you an item that'll probably point you in the direction.
I'll take the item.
Ah, perfect. Anything your heart desires. Now I just need a piece of your heart. And she holds out her hand.
Of what?
what?
A piece of your heart.
Okay.
It's kind of weird. Right?
This is
I mean, like literally, like a chunk of the muscle that pumps the blood, like
Or is it like a metaphorical
and-
thing, like, I want you to fall in love?
something that
And-
you cherish.
and Gobna looks over at you like as Cedar says that, and he's like, "What are you, a heathen?
No,
How many people have
no
you?
idea.
We don't want flesh. That's disgusting."
we have met some weird people. It's just
Yeah.
kind of like face in the background. Like,
That one Homer Simpson meme just.
We're in the middle of the forest, and the first talk you talk about is ripping someone's heart out of their chest.
we are
Jeez.
terrified because we have met so many people that would actually take that kind of an offer. So, pardon
No,
us for being a little bit
I meant something sentimental, something
Okay.
powerful with with
Oh.
attachment. Jeez.
Leah will pull out the hourglass, unscrew the cap, and hand a grain of sand.
Ooh. And she flips down her cap, which actually turns into like a face mask, and you hear this like light up of goggles as she looks at the sand, and she's like, ah, sandstone giant that lost its magic, but it still resides. Gobna, can you use this? And he's like, heck yeah. So they kind of like, and he kind of sits there for a moment, puts his backpack on the ground, and goes, curiosities. And from that unfolds this entire like booth and stall, kind of like the one you saw with Gobna and Famna, but instead of lanterns, they have torches sticking up, producing like blue light, and you just feel the magic in the area like vanish. Like your connection to all things magic, like literally when it unfolded, the spell flame that they have harnessed, like you feel it almost like a pulse going through you. But she hands the single grain of sand to Gobna, and Gobna starts to create. He basically he folds out like this little base, and he creates kind of like a small little needle and like a small strip of like metal, but the metal's enchanted, so when he pulls off this small strip of metal, the rest of the actual metal breaks and turns to like this blue powdered dust, and he puts the single grain of sand on the tip, and it kind of begins to kind of spin around, and he goes, the love of my life, and he whispers to it, and it immediately points over to Fabna, and she like blushes a little bit, and it's all cute. And then she takes one of the lenses from her hat and like slides it off a few times, and then pulls it and then clips it right onto the top, and then they shake it up really good, and he goes, all right, half off, 500 gold.
Kenneth
She'll hand-
kind of reaches over, just trying to grab the glasses.
Wait, whose glasses? Fabna's glasses?
Yeah, because like the one with the she kept flipping. Like when she was stopped, she's like.
Right.
If you attempt to take something off of her, like if you attempt to touch, it's not going to do anything. She's just going to try to pull away. But if you attempt to take, something will happen. Like, so it depends on your intent.
Okay. She does want to take it, but she's not like, oh, I'm stealing it. She's just kind of like, you know when someone's like, oh, I want to try your glasses on, and they kind of just take it off your head?
Oh yeah, I hate that so much.
Okay.
That's pretty much what she's doing. She's not like,
No.
if she gets stopped, she's not going to like try to contest it or anything. She's just like, ooh, can I try it on?
Like, and you're immediately grabbing. You're like, ooh, can I try it on? And then you grab and try to pull.
Well, she kind of reaches out to grab, but doesn't immediately pull off.
I'm just seeing the Modern Family scene when the guy at the mall like sprays Phil with the cologne. Oh wait, it's French. He didn't ask.
All right. So we'll circle back to that momentarily. So Gobna hands over the compass, and you hand over 500 gold.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, good pleasure doing business with you. Hey, where's a good town around here I can go set up? Where do you think?
You know, it would be really, really fun to have you set up in, let's see here, it's the town of Farandon.
Farandon? Oh, where's that?
Yeah. She'll grab the compass, go, Farandon, and have it point in that direction.
Okay. Why are you sending them there?
Because
out of
that's where
curiosity.
Gobto and Fobto are.
Yeah, I knew that
okay.
was coming.
I was wondering.
Yeah.
I'd be like, awesome. How far is it, you think?
Took us maybe 2-3 weeks to get here by carriage.
So we can make it there in a couple of days. Perfect. And then they go, curiosities. and the whole thing folds up into a backpack, and then he goes, transportation, and out pops this hot air balloon that's like deflated, and they stick their 2 torches together and stick it in the base of the hot air balloon, and it slowly begins to rise. And as that's happening, Kidus attempts to reach for the glasses. Roll a dex.
Rolodex.
Yep, save.
15.
Okay. So you met, which is good. So you begin to touch, and then any sort of tugging motion with the intent to take it without consent. Lightning lashes out and like zips and like touches your hand, and like it doesn't do any damage because you were able to like pull away, but you realized really quick, and she's like, "Oh, be careful, be careful. Hopefully that was an accident. Just be careful not to touch."
I just want to see what you see.
Oh. You want to see what I see? Well, And she kind of looks at you and like flicks a couple of things. You're not much of a danger.
The cedar goes.
And she goes,
She decides to laugh at the talk.
it's like, okay, just for fun. But I'll tell you what, since everything's in exchange, 5 gold, and I'll let you see what I see. And she holds out her hand.
She gives over 5 gold.
She doesn't hand you the whole helmet, but she like twists and unscrews basically one of the caps, the cap lenses essentially, or the goggle piece, just like the eyepiece of her bandana, and she places it over your eye.
And Kidda starts kind of like just looking around and flipping through.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Yay!
What?
Let's go. Come on, 18.
All right. So you will take half damage.
Yay.
It's only 7.
Okay.
So it's not that bad. But the problem is you are staring into things that you don't quite understand.
Oh.
As you flip through, you can kind of see what looks like tunnels in the world, and like entrances and exits and cuts in veils. You see things that aren't actually happening, like the shifting of land, and then it shifts back. You kind of look down at yourself, and you don't see your hand. You see a black shadow that's almost like a miasma trying to breach your skin, and you're slowly like leaking out from your body. You look over to your left shoulder, and you actually see a small purple fluffy object. And
Wait.
he makes eye contact with you. But when you blink, he's gone. And you can only see it through the lens. And so what you're actually kind of seeing is dozens of different reality tears. And she sees all aspects of all realities. And as you flip through the final one, you see through the barrier a pillar of black, swirling lightning and souls trying to breach that are getting zapped or eaten by the skulls. And you can see clear as day this vortex of just darkness, as instead of following the river, you can see the souls moving toward the barrier where judgment is. And you just
Kidda
get
kind
this
of like
really unnatural
subconsciously starts moving towards the barrier. Like not like to actually get there, but it's like almost like a subconscious movement.
feeling. Yeah. And as you do that, you hear a snap, and the eye lens sucks right back into her bandana. The balloon inflates, And he's like, well, it was a pleasure doing business with you guys, and thank you for the advice. And he's gonna flick, as like a thank you tip, a single piece of like platinum, like right into Dana's hands.
Leah.
Dana.
Dana,
Yeah.
whoops.
What are you seeing those goggles, Guinness?
Yeah, Leah's hands.
Love it.
Why did I just man? You haven't been Dana for like 15 sessions.
Yeah.
What am I doing with life? No, it's because we were talking earlier, and I thought about
Yeah.
old characters, and for some reason I'm like, and then your design idea had me in my head, but I'm like,
Yeah.
the evolving one, so I was just like, but okay, yeah, so right into Leah's hands.
Since we last saw
Chaotic's here. Hi, Chaotic.
Hey, Chaotic.
Hey,
How you doing?
how's the baby?
Oh, baby. I got really confused there for a second.
Yes, no, the clothing brand, the baby.
What?
There's a clothing
What
brand that's
clothing?
BB, right? BEBE.
Yeah, BB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
BB.
But I said bebe, and it was a joke because you were like, "Oh, the baby," and I'm like, "No, the clothing brand." It was banter.
I've never heard of that clothing brand, I'll be honest.
These weird
That-
Brits.
Yeah, with our tea, our crumpets, and our colonialism.
I know. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. What do you mean you haven't invaded BB yet and put it in your museums?
Oh, that was long after our imperial business. I'm just kidding, we never stopped. And we do it again! We're coming for Canada, baby!
Again? You already share a queen.
What is canceled by threatening Canada?
But in any case, though,
Apologies to any Canadian viewers.
I now finally have
None at all.
that part of my curiosity satisfied. I have wanted to know what they've seen in the goggles since we first met
There's
these
the one
goblins.
for today.
So, and Kim reaches in her bag and pulls out a magic item from her bag of many
Okay.
bag mundane items.
I love the idea that she just does that and then instantly goes to do the bag thing, like, you know, instant woo.
Yep. 945.
Okay. So I will grab that.
Oh my god.
And Leah, your compass is not moving at the moment.
Okay.
But you are kind of like you have it in your possession. All right.
That was interesting.
Yeah, we saw Dana for a moment.
Yeah,
But-
I feel bad. I think I failed social again. I didn't mean to come off as creepy, but like legitimately, people have asked for stuff like that before.
I succeeded in the social.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
That needs to be a sticker.
I survived the social. That should be a t-shirt. I survived the social, all I got was this lousy t-shirt.
Yes.
Sell that at conventions.
Yeah.
and make a
Well, I
fortune.
mean, don't give her a hard time. It's hard when you can't make eye contact with people.
See, I can't, but for a different reason.
But
Okay. That was my last short joke of the day. I'm sorry.
Wow.
You, but okay.
it's just like I succeeded in the social and pulls out some scissors out of her bag.
Ah, why?
Don't worry, they can't really cut skin.
Don't try to demonstrate.
Do they cut paper?
Eyebrow hair, and then she sticks it into her
then.
bag.
What?
Bag of holding.
Why would someone do something to their eyebrows? I don't understand. Oh,
What?
maybe I could cut a notch into my eyebrows, make myself look edgy.
Oh my goodness.
Do you think
Yeah.
that would work?
Yes. Let's try it.
Do you think I'd
Right
suit
now?
it, see that?
Like right now? Go for it. Do it.
You think I'd suit it?
Do it.
She moves over. She goes over
Insight
to
check.
Do it. Bet.
Sit down.
Odds on.
No, bet. She's going to do it.
No.
um, she would probably have to
I'm-
roll maybe some form of dex for or survival. No, it'd be nature, right? Yeah, because
Survival.
you're doing something
Survival.
right.
Can you survive?
Can you
Well,
survive
I'm
getting
like
your eyebrows cut?
I'm like doing a like she doesn't know how to cut hair, so like it would
No.
have to be like some sort
Sleight
of
of hand?
intelligence roll, right? Like,
Sleight of
I
hand,
don't know.
maybe?
oh, it could be sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand?
How well you cut something.
So, are you actually gonna
Oh
like it?
no. You know what? Fuck it. Why not?
Let's go.
You already have
Sleight of
fake
hand.
Let's
limbs.
go!
That one.
No! You jab Gale in the eye, and he loses an eye.
You begin trimming, and then you realize that you screw up a little bit, and you're like, oh, he wanted to look edgy. So then you just use it as a straight razor and just shave the entire eyebrows off, except for the very tips on each side.
Oh, Kittis, no. Oh, Kittis.
So even with the fake limbs, now he has something else to talk about.
I'm imagining Austin Butler from Dune Part 2, just nothing at the top and just the bony ridges.
Gil can't even see, so he doesn't know what's gone right yet.
How do I look?
Great.
Your eyebrows are gone.
Gone awesome?
No, like they don't exist anymore. She didn't put a
What
notch
do you
in it.
mean? What
There's
do you-
only a notch remaining.
Ah! Oh!
Would that count
Um.
as a healing spell? Maybe if you tried to do a healing spell, maybe that'll fix it.
That's not how my healing works! Also, magic!
Go back. And she sticks the scissors back into her bag.
They will grow
So
back, but
that.
I look really weird now.
You looked weird before. It's
Shush!
just anything.
I looked beautiful. If I had a mother that was alive to see, or just could see me, she would say that.
Isn't it
Maybe.
a saying that like a face only a mother could love? Isn't that a saying?
Oh my gosh, you two, behave, please. We just made sure that a beholder didn't take both of you. Don't make me regret that.
Oh
Yeah,
right.
I need to stop falling asleep when you guys do stuff because I'm not being
Yeah,
funny. All the exciting thing happens when I fall asleep.
You didn't exactly fall asleep.
What?
Oh yeah, what
Mm.
did happen? I don't remember everything. I just remember
No, no.
I just remember all of us she was wanting us to stay, and then we were walking through a portal, and then she shoved black smoke down my throat.
All I remember is waking up in a gooey lava lamp on my hand.
I got a new tattoo.
Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate it. Oh, I don't
It's
like
more of a
it.
faintly
like a
pulsing
nightlight.
scar.
I don't like it.
It's like a nightlight.
Kind of scars.
Kinda, yeah,
So-
probably. So what happened was Leah. Leah.
Was that you looking up at Leah at that moment?
Yeah, I was looking up and back at Leah. Leah, you want to help me here?
At Leah and Rain.
Leah just goes, yeah, so when that one fucked up, I saved you at least, because I figured, hey, they're trying to mentally control you and are succeeding. So what if I mentally
That's
control
true.
you and succeed? And I was right. So congratulations, you are now bonded. I plan on breaking the bond, don't worry.
Oh.
But yes, you are alive.
No, like the rat bond.
Oh. Wait, rat bond?
Yeah.
I'm bonded to your rats?
No, you're bonded to me.
No, in this case, you are the rat.
Yeah.
Not like in an insulting way, but in a metaphorical sense.
Leah
I would
now
never lie to you guys. Don't
has
call me a rat.
an unnatural influence over you.
She just thinks, raise your right hand.
Ah! How?
that's-
What?
Oh, that's
Wait.
spooky.
Are you thinking this?
Mm-hmm.
Think something else.
Do a jig.
I can't stop this! What's happening?
So there is a mechanic behind the influence, but this is hilarious, so I'm
Mhm.
letting it happen.
Yep.
And Kittis, it didn't work for you, so basically just kind of shoved you through the portal.
Oh, poison immunity.
Yeah. I
Okay.
may have sassed a beholder.
Why couldn't you shove me through? I'm still doing a jig over here.
You went through of your own accord. I had to like. Leah made you go through of your own accord, so I didn't need to shove you through. But I was making sure you both. I went through last because I didn't want to end up leaving one of you two behind. Oh my gosh, everything is.
At this, Kidis remembers the black smoke and starts kind of like reflecting into, like, inward, trying to figure out what it is.
So Leah's just gonna walk up to Gale, hand him ask him, so do you want the bond broken, or do you want it to keep going?
I'd like to stop dancing right now, if that's okay.
She snaps her fingers and you quit.
Oh, God, thank God. I have no rhythm. Seriously, I was out of time on all 3 moments of you looking at me.
Uh-huh.
It's almost if I can't dance.
So she goes, do you want it to stay, and hypothetically you can no longer be controlled by anyone other than yours truly, or I can break it and just reinitiate it if you ever get controlled again.
I mean... Oh... I don't want to be
It
controlled
will
by
hurt like a
anybody.
motherfucker every time it breaks, though.
I think for now, no dancing.
I don't plan on controlling people unless they deserve it. You don't deserve it. You just ask questions. So I gave you answers.
I ask a lot of questions, don't I?
Yep.
Well, I think not being controlled by someone is helpful, and if I'm gonna have anybody in my head, I prefer it to be someone I trust.
Right, and you know I'd never do anything malicious towards you.
Yeah.
Unless
See
it
them,
was for
maybe,
your
but-
benefit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
So,
for now,
your pick.
we'll keep it for now. If I'm gonna have anybody in my head, like I say, I prefer it to be someone I trust, and you're my literal big sister.
Yeah.
I trust you.
Figuratively and literally.
Yeah, I know, you're taller than me.
I'm taller than everyone here, don't feel bad. At least you're not
Especially
short like that one.
I just think like Sergeant Squeak is just right there next to Cedar, just saying like, "Hey."
Yeah.
Tweakers, you have a bigger personality, don't worry.
Hey.
I'm too tired to fight back on that right now, Leah. So whatever.
Yeah, at some point we need to get some rest.
We need to get some rest.
She goes,
Yeah.
Because that was
let's get
a
out of here.
lot,
Uh,
and I couldn't understand what was going on half the time, which I hated with every core, to the core of my being, not being able to understand what was
but Leah's
you know
gonna
how
hold
I
out the
feel.
compass and go, show me to the other side of the braces of bonding.
All right. Roll a persuasion.
Okay. Ooh. 26.
Ooh. 26 is actually really high. Damn it. No.
Yeah, it's not me rolling.
You hear
Mhm.
a timid whisper. Just okay. And the compass spins and then locks into a specific direction.
Alright, and she pulls out the cube, throws it in the air, goes Valk, and the airship opens up.
Perfect. Can I post the art?
Yeah.
There's art.
It's art now. Took me forever. I still haven't found exactly the one I think I wanted, but
I must see the art. Also, I feel like the handler, like the end of the first season of The Mandalorian. I would like to see the baby art. Ooh,
It's so cool.
that's so cool.
I'm so glad we didn't crash this one.
so as it begins to kind of float and fly. So it can sail on water, but it also has the capability of flight, right? As you know.
Mhm.
Thousands of tiny crystals break away from the one that's embedded into the hull of the ship and begin to kind of float around and create kind of like an anti-gravity field that then lifts the ship, and you hear just kind of the creaking of wood as it rises.
Oh my gosh.
I
That's
love it.
cool.
I'm
is
never
so
gonna get sick of this.
awesome.
I'm never gonna get sick of this thing.
Until you break it.
I'm not
And,
gonna break it.
Dude.
Uh,
Wow.
but then Leah hops on the ship. Once everyone else gets on the ship, she'll set course in that direction, set it at like a quarter speed, maybe half speed, and go below deck, head into her bedroom, and go to bed.
Perfect. Um, okay. So you kind of, what you see Leah do is there's like a rope, right? And you kind of create like a little quick latch and you put it on the wheel, essentially, and lock the wheel into place from turning. Even though, like, it turns the rudder, when it's flying through the air, the stones will like pulse and actually pull the ship into that direction like an actual like jet versus like a boat. But it's not steered by the rudder in flight. It's steered by like literally the pushing of the stones essentially. So you lock the wheel in place with some rope or what you have on hand, and you go below deck.
And so there below deck, there are 4 bedrooms. There's Leah's bedroom. It's like a master bedroom, a nice double bed, nice dresser, mirror, but still, while fancy, still basic. And then we have 3 like basic cabins for the others.
Nice.
A very nice, fancy bathroom,
Mm.
a standard kitchen, and then a repair bay to make repairs to the ship or other things if necessary.
Yay.
Cool. Also, I love the music.
It's cool.
I'm excited about the bath.
It's the voyage.
I'm excited to go and find the One Piece.
Yes.
With our luck, it's going to be with Zoro.
The true treasure is the adventures you had all along.
The true
No,
One
what
Piece was the
treasure?
friends we made along the way.
On. The true treasure.
My problem is they can't find One Piece now
Mm-hmm.
because nothing is going to be good enough. Not after 1,000 episodes, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, someone's doing safety dance in our chat.
What?
I was just kind of observing, and it's when you had Gail do the jig.
Yeah.
It's like you can dance if you want
Okay,
to.
that's funny.
It's like,
I can't dance if I want to. I have 2 left feet.
and if you're Gail, don't dance.
If you're Gale, don't. There ain't no Gale of mine.
There ain't no Gale of mine. So, I'm
You
trying
can
to
Gale
find
if you want to.
some maps here that we can use for it. So, we'll kind of continue on. So, you head to bed. Everybody else is kind of on this ship, flying. Words. So,
I love flighting.
Yeah, I love flighting too. It's so amazing. Tripping over my words.
I like my flighting response.
And so,
That
where?
was just a stupid joke.
I enjoyed it. I got it.
What is everybody else doing?
Candace is doing her self-reflection thing to try to figure out what the frick went into her.
You just disappeared basically the second they all got onto the ship.
I think Gail's gonna try and find Cedar and do a check-in because last session I think she was gonna try and check in on him while they were in hell, and he sort of said later. So he's gonna try and find her.
Oh, I see what happened. I took a wrong turn, and now I'm in hell.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
Instead of going right, I went straight down.
Oh my gosh. What were we gonna say, Goku? Sorry, I thought you were saying something.
Oh no, you're good. I'll let you guys do that, and then I'll come back to Kittis.
Oh boy.
Alright.
Yeah, basically she went to her room and using her like once a day conjure spell, she conjured basically the equivalent of just about the heaviest weighted blanket that exists. Yep, that's what happened.
Okay. After a few minutes, Gail's gonna sort of knock on her door and go, "Hey, Cedar, you in there?"
Yeah,
I'm here.
why?
We decided to
Come
pop
in.
up when I said Cedar. Sorry, what was that, Sophie?
Oh. Yeah, why?
Can I come in? I wanted to check in on you.
Sure.
Okay. Make sure you're decent. And he's gonna open the door.
Obviously.
Oh,
Oh, hey.
I see. One moment. And he's gonna leave. And then after a minute, he's gonna come back into the room, with some of the bed covers from his bed. He's gonna, right, scoot over.
What?
Scoot over.
Okay.
You're burritoing.
Yeah.
You are my patient. I am your cleric. I shall burrito with you.
Alright then.
And when you are ready, we shall talk. And he's just gonna roll himself
Okay
like a
then.
little burrito and just lie right next to her.
Okay then.
This is kind of comfy, right?
This is really comfy. I conjured a weighted blanket. Look how heavy it is. And she puts like a little bit of it, like,
Wow, that is. Whoa.
feels really nice. I think I'm overstimulated by everything that just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we did go to hell and see the mother of all beholders.
She was terrified.
And yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't remember a lot of it because, me. But yeah, that was a lot. Are you okay?
Yeah. I kind of got really scared when you and Kittis both were kind of under her control.
Really?
I don't want to lose y'all, okay?
You're not gonna lose us. I know I do stupid stuff all the time, but I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm gonna do everything I can to keep coming back to you guys, and to you in particular.
Thank you. I had no idea what to do, and I froze, and if Leah hadn't been there, I don't want to think about that, but that's kind of all I can think about.
That's okay. We got out, and I'm still here, being a big doofus for you.
You.
I like being a big doofus.
Well, you're pretty good at it, so good thing you like it.
Well, it sort of comes naturally to me.
I don't know what to do about Kittis, because I'm confused on that whole aspect.
Yeah, me too.
Because I don't want to make her feel bad, because I don't think she can help it with the whole eating souls and things,
Babies?
but or essences or whatever. Because she seems to get kind of prickly when I say it's souls. But that's kind of
Yeah,
what
I
it
mean,
looks like.
yeah, I'm not sure how we're gonna solve that,
Yeah.
but I mean, as long as we can do something, means I can heal her up. Because I hate not having the ability to heal her and not know if it's gonna kill her or make her feel better.
Yeah, and I got really nervous when those goblins showed up. I'm glad it wasn't Gobto and Fobto, cause yeah.
Yeah. Fuck those guys.
Mm. Just want to do a good job.
You do a good job. You
Eh,
keep us safe.
I
And
mean,
you
I
break
don't know
into
about that.
observatories and help me see the stars.
Oh,
I
I'm
often
still
forgot that.
I'm still laughing that you think that was enough to get judgment coming after you.
Oh, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about the time when I'm kind of ashamed of this. When I was at the monastery, I was a kid, and there were certain things I couldn't read at the time because apparently I wasn't ready, that sort of stuff. And I snuck in and taken a scroll and read it, and
Oh wow.
I returned it, and I didn't read it again until I was ready, but I got curious, and I did a bad thing.
What was the scroll about?
Honestly, at this point, I can't even remember. It was the fact that I stole it was worse than the actual thing itself. I think it was
I mean,
about pirates. That's where my obsession with pirates comes from.
oh really?
Yeah, I did say I wanted to become a pirate when I was a kid, right?
Yeah, no, you did mention that.
That's kind of why I thought the captain, the Nazi captain, was my dad.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was really awkward.
I mean, it definitely wasn't more awkward than what happened the next time on his ship, you know?
Well, what
What
happened
with
next time on the ship?
Kittis trying to sneak up when she wasn't supposed to, being that giant snake serpent, sea serpent.
Oh,
Us.
yeah.
I'd say that's a little bit awkward.
I mean, his first mate was also very awkward. She just had a trouble.
Well, that was
Problem
Acio's first
blinking.
mate. That was Acio's
Oh
first
yeah,
mate.
yeah. She had a blinking problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
I heard drinking at first.
No, that's not the NPCs. And the problem isn't drinking; it's running out of drink. Where's the rum gone?
But yeah,
Can I ask you something about her?
sure, why not?
And you can be honest with me, completely
Okay, go
honest.
on.
Was she flirting with me?
Yes. She was.
Why?
We didn't want to break the news. We didn't know how to tell you. I didn't know how to tell you. And then Kittis and Leah didn't want to, so we all kind of decided to just let you stay unaware. I'm sorry, I had no idea how to even start that conversation. But yes, no,
But
she was
why was she?
hardcore flirting with you. Wasn't even subtle.
Why though? Why though?
What do you mean why?
I mean, why was she flirting with me?
I mean, people flirt with people that they have a romantic interest in.
Do they?
Yeah. What do you think flirting's for? No, I'm
I don't
genuinely asking.
know.
It sounded sarcastic. The tone sounded sarcastic, but I'm genuinely asking.
I don't know. That was never really covered in, you know,
Yeah, I guess
my
monasteries aren't
lessons.
exactly places where that kind of thing is encouraged.
No, well, I mean,
Like,
relationships aren't exactly frowned upon, but I was never really taught any of that. Which is why I have a lot of questions about Ford and Jester in that book you gave me.
I'm gonna be dead honest. I don't really know much about that stuff either, especially because when I saw it, it was always kind of in a very politically tainted aspect.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was an opportunity and more of a business deal than anything. At least that's what it was for my parents.
So you never had the chance to fall in love?
Not really.
Oh.
And then I think really the Exandria Chronicles, the books that I read were really the first time that I got to actually see it in a healthier way. And there was Shalius, and he like visited the brothel like every week, and that was another whole.
That's
He could not keep a girlfriend for the life of him. It was hilarious.
Honestly, I can see why.
Yeah.
Do you ever think maybe you'd feel that way about someone?
I think someday. I think so. Although it had to be somebody that like I really, really trust, because I don't even do well with people on a friendship level most of the time. So
Yeah, like someone you've known for ages and ages and ages. You know everything about them.
yeah, because then someone I know is gonna stay and wants to be around.
I get that.
How about you?
Honestly, I think the same. I couldn't just. I don't know. I don't think I could do what Killis did and just
I
meet
have no idea
someone.
how you did that.
I still need to ask it. I've been to ask it ever since because I'm genuinely really curious.
You should have that
I
conversation with her.
I should, because her and Resident they clicked.
It's really quite adorable. She got really lucky though, just picking some random guy.
Who also liked corpses.
Right. Are you face palming for a reason?
It's just like, yeah, she just fell for some random guy. It's like
This wasn't meticulously planned by
got,
some DM or anything.
She got really lucky that her romantic interest got retconned into the perfect husband.
Yeah.
It's me, Resin, your romance partner.
Oh gosh. But yeah, so really I've only read about it in storybooks. So
Yeah, I mean, I always remember Gilsius. He had a family.
cool.
You know, he
But
loved his husband and his kids.
I didn't know he had a family.
And yeah, he was a dad, and he was a husband. I never met them, but he told me about them when we was traveling through those swamps before I met you guys. He
Yeah.
sounded like he really, really loved them. And I couldn't relate because I've never felt that way before.
Hmm.
Not to that level, at least.
But to answer your question, I think someday, yeah, but I want to get past all of the like when the world's not actively ending.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, without a doubt. I think if I was ever to fall in love and maybe start a family or something, it would be in a world that I knew would be there when I woke up the next day.
Yeah.
Which kind of sounds simple out loud, but I don't know. When you think about it, people are just going about their daily lives, not knowing that the end of the world could be upon them.
Kind of envy them.
Yeah. I wish I had a bit of a normal life.
I don't even know if that exists. I mean, what is even normal, Yeah, some people
I
have
mean,
what you think of as a normal life. And you see her kind of do little air quotes under the blanket. But like, I don't know. That could just be me rationalizing not having a normal life by saying it doesn't exist.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. For me, normal life would have been growing up with one of my parents, preferably my mother, because I don't know my dad, and I don't want to. Having all my limbs by the time I'm 30, not losing them, having them replaced, and having wings. I like my wings, but I know people stare.
Eh.
I'm blue
You'll get
anyways.
used to
People
it.
are going to stare, but yeah.
You get used to it eventually. I mean, not a lot of owlins are outside the aisle, so definitely familiar with the staring. I mean, why do you think I put my hood up when I'm uncomfortable?
Like now.
Well, this is more of just like full on wrapping myself up. I don't know why the pressure feels nice.
No, it does.
Yeah, like I
It
wear
does.
my cloak. My cloak. I always buy them too big because if I need to, then I can cover my wings.
Hmm. It's like a body comfort thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, you don't have to hide away from me like that.
Thank you. And you don't
I
have to
mean
hide
it.
from me either.
I mean it. You're amazing as you are,
Thank you, Gail.
and I accept you, boy wings and all.
Oh, come on. I do miss
Talking
my
wings,
old.
I think. Yeah, I figured. Although talking wings, I feel like I made a mistake.
Why?
I think I might have tucked my wings into the folds of the blanket. I'm
Oh.
kind of stuck.
Oh.
I can't move. I don't want to. I don't want to because I'm happy and comfortable like this. But
Mhm.
at some point, I'm gonna have to get up. I don't think I can.
When you're ready, I'll help you untangle.
Oh, I'm such a dumbass.
No.
Yes.
Realize.
I don't know about that.
I mean,
I know everyone calls me stupid and laughs at me for my
not.
intelligence.
You know what's really stupid? People who don't want to learn and people who don't ask questions. You want to learn, you want to ask questions. You're not stupid, you're just a little naive.
Very naive.
A little very naive, okay? But
Ah, what a catch.
you're not stupid. And I will whack you with my wings if you call yourself that. And
I
these
mean,
wings are
you'd
bigger,
have to
so now I have more of reach.
Can make a joke about your wings being short then.
Yeah, no, it's they're bigger than
Sorry.
I should have. But luckily, I think whoever I got them from, well, I mean, we already saw that that person was also a thief, so they probably used their wings a lot too, which is nice because I'm glad it wasn't somebody like nobility's wings because they kind of don't use theirs as much. So I would have
Really?
gotten underused wings. It's sad because like I use my wings a lot. So I used my wings a lot, so they they had a bit more like tone to them than like say a noble's wing, which means probably have a bit more maneuverability too, which is really funny when you think that because this is kind of embarrassing, but when they were trying to teach me how to fly, you always learn around 10, so I did learn like kind of on track with that, but none of what the tutors were saying was making it work, so I had to just figure it out on my own.
Oh.
And they I don't know, the way they explained it didn't work for me.
I don't think
Eventually
that's
I found what
embarrassing.
did, and then I jumped off a balcony and ran away at the age of 10.
So while you guys are having this wonderful conversation, coming to terms, everything's just going nice.
Take off the burrito.
You're having these cute moments. Everything seems to be really nice, really warm. Flying through the air. The only thing you can really hear is the wisps of air goes by and the occasional crack of crystal energy that's kind of maneuvering the ship and keeping it on track. Kiddus is in the next room.
if you summon an elemental in your
I don't think so. Why?
Trying
Stormlord!
trying to examine what it is that she's fostering. So I'm going to
child.
give you child. No.
No.
I'm going to give you the opportunity to choose which type of role you're looking for. So you're looking yourself over repeatedly, and you're just distracted by what you saw from the lenses. So you can roll an investigation, an arcana. You can try to ask for help from somewhere else, like a deity. What would you like to do to examine what's going on within yourself?
First, I want to go Arcana and try that out first.
So you wanna see what type of magical presence it has?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's start with that. Let's go. See, 19. No, 18. 18.
Well, it definitely feels alive. Um, and it itself is not necessarily. Well, hold on. You said 18?
Yeah.
It's primordial.
No.
So what you get from that
Oh.
is it is alive, and if it had to be classified, it would be primordial classification.
Okay, so the next thing, Kid is gonna kind of run some tests in her room. Kind of like to make sure she has control of her body, and two, to try to test out if there's a potential for her to try to take over.
Okay. So investigation or survival.
Probably investigation.
Okay.
18 again.
Okay. You have complete control of your body. You don't feel a pull or anything from it. You occasionally feel almost like a swirling that was reminiscent of a heartbeat at the pit of your stomach, but aside from that, like you feel normal, as in a husk of what you used to be in soulless normal. So like your new normal, you feel more that with just the occasional twins of what feels like life.
Okay, then finally we are going to actually ask for help. Let's see.
Wow, that's a first.
Not by one of you guys.
Gale talks primordial. He is primordial by nature.
But the thing is she likes her fake queen. So she's going to take out, let's see, like one of her silk and Egyptian cotton sheets, and then kind of like wrap it around her body as kind of like a, I don't know, like she doesn't know whether to lay it out or anything like that. She doesn't know how to if just wraps it around. She's just like, hi.
Are you doing that in the form of like an offering?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your performance with advantage, and then what are you saying?
She's saying, hey, so you know how you told me to stay away from the void? I did, technically, mostly. I did. But anyway, we kind of got sucked into a different place, and now I have something inside of me. And I don't know what it is.
What's that?
And you're smart. You're smart and knew to pull me away from the void so then the judgment lady wouldn't kill me. Help.
Alright, go ahead and do your roll with advantage. Performance.
Performance, alright. 14.
Oh wow. So she takes the offering, right? Because what god wouldn't? All right. Let's see then. Okay. You feel just at your chest, right here in the sternum. your chest open, much like the threads open. But this time, you don't feel like you have control over what's happening. And this black hand, wrapped in threads that's trying to kind of be pulled back into your chest, grabs your necklace
Oh.
and begins to
No.
kind of squeeze it as 4 other arms rip out from your chest and begin pushing out of your body. What do you do?
Are these still going outside my body?
Yes, you now have 5 arms. The one in the center is gripping your necklace and squeezing it. The other 4 are trying to, like, crab pull themselves out of your chest. And you...
Kiss is immediately trying to unravel the other one from grabbing her necklace. She's just like, don't crush it, don't crush it, don't crush it.
Okay. So you're just doing it kind of like at hand?
Yeah, she just kind of like instinctually, she's just like grabbing, like, don't crush it, don't crush it.
Please.
Roll an athletics.
Wait.
Wait.
Roll an athletics.
Athletics, okay. 17.
Okay. So
Adrenaline.
you begin you basically grab the hand, and then from your hands more threads begin to pull from your fingertips as you're like gripping this arm, and its strength contest beats you as it begins to pull farther and farther away. Hundreds of threads are now coming out of your chest and hands to pull this single hand in. But what does happen is in the wrestling, because those were really high rolls, everyone else gets to roll a perception check.
Oh no.
Gosh. It could be
Perception
so
check.
Oh my god.
Perception check.
Yeah, including Leah.
I'm asleep, so I'm rolling mine at disadvantage.
Okay.
That's a 5.
19.
Okay.
I also have a 5.
19.
Gale, surprisingly, here's the thudding. I mean, Cedar's wrapped up in the blanket. Leah's asleep, right? So there's sound dampening happening.
Like, side of her head, so like the ears are covered.
But Gale, knowing it's from Kiddis's room, hears what sounds to be wrestling. And she's alone, and that just sticks out as really strange to him.
Kiddis? What are you doing in there? Is Resin in there? Are you guys fighting? Do I have to beat his ass?
And he just hears more screaming, and just more of like her get like, and then her just eventually it's just also like, let go. Now time for some witty back and forth banter.
So here's what's happening. Go and roll another strength check in the meantime here, or you go and roll your athletics, I guess.
Athletics.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, 12.
You got beat again. No surprise there. You begin to kind of feel weaker almost as this swirling black mass pops out 2 more arms and is still continuing to push out of your body forcibly.
In or out, just leave the soul.
So Gale hears screaming essentially of just and the wrestling. So Gale, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna
He's gonna go into the room with his he's gonna go into the room, see this, just go, what the
Yeah, Cedar follows.
Kiddis?
Oh, get it off my soul. It's like, oh my, I'm trying to crush it.
I'm gonna take the mace and just bonk it.
Okay.
Bonk the threads.
So, okay. So here's what we go ahead and do. Kiddos, one
I've got
more,
my mace in my inventory anymore.
one more
Oh,
athletics
it's a D4.
at disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay. So 12.
Okay. So now what you guys see is as you begin to take form and do an attack, because Gale is like, I'm going to attack this thing.
Ah!
It flips out of her body completely, and her body kind of ragdolls as
Oh.
the threads alone are holding on to the soul. Her hands kind of lose grip. Just threads coming from Kidis's body are holding on to it, gripping. And you hear just that tinkling of glass under pressure as this fully formed black mass is pulling and swallowing this blue necklace. And Gale goes to make an attack roll.
Yes, I do. As he does so, he's gonna scream, "Get your hands off it!" 21.
Oh
Ooh,
dang.
Okay. And you said just with like a mace, or what are you hitting it with?
Yeah, I'm hitting with the mace this time
Okay.
round. Which is my forte, because it's a strength-based weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
So yeah, go ahead and roll your damage. And are you targeting the arm, or are you targeting the mass?
Well, I think Gale would have seen the mass sort of become a thing and start swallowing the thing, so he's just going to try and bonk it on the head. And I rolled 5 for damage.
Okay.
I would like to also roll
Bonk!
attack it.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a dagger and try and like cut the arm.
Okay. So go ahead and do your attack roll.
Let me just actions. I'll just use the dagger. I'm gonna use my fancy dagger.
Also, this music is far too relaxed for soul stealing.
So that's a 19 to hit.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
That'll give me a 1d4. All right, 9 to damage.
That's too much. Hold on.
That's better.
Get wrecked.
It just sounded too happy. We're gonna steal your soul. Da 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 da.
Cedar would be like, "Oh no, you flippin' don't."
No, I'm kidding.
Felt that under my skin, and I hate it.
Creepy happy birthday.
There's creepy music.
Oh
for
no,
you.
this is the one.
Good.
This is the one.
good. It's creepy, but it's good.
So Gale takes his attack, and it basically soars through this black mass as it then latches on 2 arms and grabs Gale's arms that are holding the mace. Cedar does the attack on the arm specifically, and it begins to kind of loosen a little bit, but then also from the arm, 4 smaller hands
Ooh.
go in and grab Cedar.
Does Leah hear this at this point?
I'm going to go ahead and give Leah another chance to, because now there's combat-ish going on.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll another
Combat-ish.
perception.
All right, that is a 19.
Okay. So you hear Cedar just kind of like let out an attack screech that you're familiar with because you like live in combat. So you're like, oh, you like smell the fight in the air all of a sudden, and you're just like, you're alert.
I'd like to hear the
some
attack
fighting.
screech from Cedar, I'll be honest.
Right, there we go. It's very bird-like. So what I need is a wisdom saving throw from both Cedar and Gale.
Dang it.
Wisdom saving. That actually isn't too bad for me.
Oh, don't like that. I don't like that.
It's actually really good for me.
I don't like that at all. Okay, I have a 10.
Okay.
Ooh. Dirty 20.
Okay.
Thank you for the extra wisdom level up.
So Gale is fine. He kind of like gets this sense of like dread for a moment, like, oh, this attack just missed, but he doesn't falter. Cedar, however,
It's Tuesday.
right? Cedar, however, like is cutting kind of at the arm and pauses as she's sawing into the arm to try to attack it, to free the gem that's holding Cadus's soul. She's cutting, and her knife becomes a saw. And she's now cutting a box like a magician at a show. When she hears a scream, and out of the head of the box she sees Mai's face, screaming for Cedar to stop cutting. But Cedar just continues to cut until Mai's eyes roll into the back of her head, and her head falls off and rolls to your feet and looks up at you and goes, Cedar, why? You take 8 damage.
No kidding.
I took 8 damage.
Trauma damage.
But what Gale sees is Cedar cutting the arm and slowly lift her hand away from the arm, and now she's just cutting the air.
Oh, dang.
Kidus, let's see what you do. You're still grappling, though. You kind of let go. So you kind of have an option here where you can try to continue to grapple and pull this thing away, or you can do something else if you'd like to try.
Let's see. Let's see. Kidus is going to try to cast empathy at first level to attack, basically to try to attack the thing and try to get it to like let go. Like basically, yeah, to cast empathy.
You're
Wisdom
attacking with
16.
feelings.
Well, it's not a bad idea. Insight skill. Hold on. Why can't I find the skill for that?
It's a homebrew spell. It's a wisdom save.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Wisdom
think
16.
Okay.
You link minds with one target of your choosing, and you share your most intense, painful memory with them, causing them pain. The target must succeed a wisdom saving throw or take 1d6 psychic damage at the end of every turn.
Perfect.
Target may make a saving throw at the end of every turn.
Okay.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah. I was trying to remember where I put it, though. I had the card for it, but I just didn't know where I put it, so I'll find it later. So he saves out of 17. But here's what happens. You link minds. And you attempt to give. He lets it happen. And you share your darkest memory. Now I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy.
Oh. Oh no.
17.
Okay. Technically meet, so you won't take damage from this, but because you're connected, you grab the gem and you get this image of grandfather
No.
plucking the gem from your hands, giving you a stern look before he smacks it across your face and it shatters. And from an adult form, you fling back and hit the ground and you're a small child. And he says, "Get in there. You have one use," as he grabs you by the pigtails on the back of your head and drags you through the graveyard and throws you into a crypt. You look up, crying as a child, and there's a giant spider, legs slowly coming in to pinch your face. You take no damage, but you're shook. Leah, you barge into the room, and you see Kittis flailing her arms about, trying to grab the stone, but grasping at nothing. Cedar cutting into the air, and Gale, who's still on his feet, just completely unfazed, wondering what the hell they're doing, is just swinging his mace wildly into the mist. What do you do?
We're gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna try this. So I'm gonna use one of my new abilities, and I'm going to use Stone Throw. As a bonus action, I make an attack roll, and I throw a stone up to 60 feet, dealing 1d10 bludgeoning damage.
Sure.
And if they fail a strength save, then they're knocked prone.
Interesting. Okay.
So I'm going to aim that directly at the gem.
Okay. Are you intending to break it or just kind of knock it away?
Break it.
Oh shit. Okay.
You're gonna break my soul?
roll
Too
your
late.
roll
It's
your
already
attack roll.
broken.
24.
Okay.
It's lovely playing with Kittis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 24.
Nice meeting you, Charisse.
Go ahead and do damage for me.
Okay. Seven.
Okay, 7 damage? Perfect. Roll a wisdom for me. Wisdom
Okay.
save.
Oh no!
Natural 20 for a 31.
Okay. So you chuck this rock, and you fling it across the room, and it hits this necklace, this gem that's glowing blue, and you see it shatter into just this particulate of dust. But these particles begin to slowly make their way into your mouth and into your lungs, and it feels like it's cutting the inside of the lungs, and you cough viciously, and it forms into these giant blue chunks of glass that you're coughing up and spewing all over the room as they hit Gale in the back. Blood begins pouring all over the place and just splatters against your face, and you shake it off and you're like, that wasn't real? You take no damage, and you look up and see that the vial actually just has a small crack.
Okay. And then can I get that strength save?
It wouldn't matter. You can't knock this prone.
I was trying to knock Kittis prone, but okay.
Oh, she's already kind of on the ground. Like she's
Okay.
I'm just kind of like,
she's grappling right now. So she's in a grapple essentially. So she would
It's
already
just
be
like-
kind of considered prone. If you want to try to knock her prone from like a mechanical standpoint,
No, it's alright.
I wouldn't even make you roll because like if you made contact with her gem, she's already grappled. She would basically be prone now, from a mechanic standpoint. But she'd be grappled and prone without a strength save.
But so tell me what I see. When I look at Kittis grappling with this necklace, is she trying to pull it towards her or away from her?
So she is trying to just grab it. You see the threads tightening around it and pulling it back towards her, and you see the black mist pulling it away from her.
Okay. So then...
Well, I can follow the rotation, and we can have Gale go if you want to think about what you want to do next.
No. I just need one moment. All right. I'm going to. I'm actually gonna use my action cast Divine Sense. What do I get from this black smoke? Is it Celestial Fiend or Undead?
Let me see here. Divine sense. I just want to read the verbiage really quick. And now I gotta classify what it is.
A thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing that is not fun right now.
So it is not celestial, fiend, or undead.
Mhm.
However, I will say, do an insight roll for me as a part of
Okay.
your divine sense action.
That is a 23.
Okay. You know it's not Fey,
Mhm.
but it feels like Fey.
Okay.
Like, you know it's not, but it has this reminiscence of, like, when you meet or interact with a Fey Queen.
Mhm. Okay, and that's me.
Okay, Gale.
Okay. The arms, would they still be wrapping around Kiddis at this point?
I think the armor might be helping me.
So the arms are kind of out of her now. It has one arm kind of attached to the gem and it's pulling it away. The rest of them are almost trying to make their way into the cracks in the wall, as if trying to escape it.
Okay, in that case, he's gonna sort of put the mace down, focus on the arm that's holding the gem and pulling it towards the mass. He's going to take a couple of fingers, draw them close to himself, take a sharp intake of breath, and make a swiping motion as he casts Mistral Razor on the arm. Which is going to be +8. That's going to be a 22 to hit.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. How much damage?
So that's 2d10.
And what type of damage is that?
It's slashing damage, and that is going to be 18 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
So the arm holding the gem
Yeah.
gets severed. And as it does, it makes its way back around you.
Oh,
It sucks to your face like a soul sucker. Just.
no.
I need you to roll a wisdom save.
My goodness.
A wisdom save,
Uh-huh.
okay. Which
With
Add
disadvantage.
5 to it.
But with disadvantage.
with disadvantage, but I add 5,
Mhm.
which means I add 12 with my wisdom. So that's a 12 plus 12 is 24.
All right.
Yeah. Also, the one I rolled, because I wrote disadvantage, the high one was a nat 20.
Mhm.
Dang.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
So you just have this feeling of dread as you feel this arm now entering you and trying to grab your heart. But inside your heart, you feel this dunk dunk, dunk dunk. And you think for a moment of what a heart is. And the embodiment of love manifests within you. And as this arm comes out, you see your mother pulling out one of your baby teeth, going, "Oh, my sweet child, you lost your first one." And she just kind of brushes her hand on your face. "And we'll have to put this under your pillow so the tooth fairy can give you a surprise." And she's like, "We always have to love and trust the fate, don't we?" And she like pinches your cheek, and you snap out of it, and a single teardrop falls down your face, taking no damage.
Dare use my mother against me. I'll make sure you suffer for that, wherever you are.
So that'll be you. But as
Yep.
what you see is 4 other hands now. As it's trying to escape still, it's making its way out. It leaves 4 other smaller hands trying to grab on now to the threads and rip and it's flinging the threads around, which is kind of like swinging the crystal around, and a small blue smoke begins to kind of leave the crystal as it's cracking deeper from the rock throw. And Cedar, it's your turn.
Am I still hallucinating?
No, you're kind of you're catching on to what's going on.
Okay. Let me think. Kind of again. Okay. I can focus on that later. And I would like to cast I'd like to cast a witch bolt on this thing.
Okay, make your attack roll.
15.
Okay.
Does that hit?
Yes.
Awesome. I think that was a
Okay.
nod.
So
That was a nod.
we
Right?
do have a nod, so I'm just trying to.
Oh.
I know what Witch Bolt does entirely. I'm just trying to think of how it would react here.
Roll my
Okay.
damage.
Go and roll your damage.
Ooh. So that is 11 lightning damage. As Cedar, now she's getting angry because she's like, okay, can't deal with this fear right now. Let's do something else with it. And she chooses to turn it into anger. And she looks at the one that like the snow fans that are bugging Kittis, and she goes, "Let go of my child." And then you see the witch bolt just kind of like it starts kind of like from the center of her sternum this time, and like the kind of greenish lightning kind of like crackles out, and she like throws it towards the hands as she uses a spell that she first saw Kittis use.
Nice. So your Witch Bolt goes out and takes in, and lightning shatters out in all directions as the goo that's formed basically from like melting cloud balls up and splashes back like a black ichor just all over your face and your clothes, and it feels heavy. And I need you to roll a wisdom save.
Okay. Oh boy.
Add 5.
With disadvantage, but add 5, yes.
With disadvantage. Okay. Add 5 and then add 6. 15.
Okay. So, this ichor that hits
Dang
your
it.
body turns into a green ichor,
I laugh a lot.
and you're back on top of a mountain in the
No!
royal capital
No, don't you dare! Don't you dare!
as you see. Who do you see? Who do you think you see? With these black balls turning into green balls, now reforming into who?
It's gonna be freaking Silvico, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So as
I know how you
Silvico
Flippin' Silvico.
reforms at the top of this mountain, you're now in the throne room. Your sister Pelly sitting on the throne, going, "What are you doing here, Silvico? You're dead." And he goes, "You can't kill me." Whips his blade. And you see the small of her head slowly falling off its shoulders. Poof, it hits the ground with a thud and rolls to Silvico's feet as he picks it up and with his beak
No.
takes a bite out of it.
No.
Spits it out. Pathetic
Nasty.
like the rest of her family. And he reaches back, striking his blade across your neck.
This guy.
And you take 14 damage.
Okay.
Kittis.
So I'm going to. She's going to basically. Can I do my bonus action first?
Yeah.
So she's going to bonus action cast a new spell, Spirit Shroud. And so she's going to cast Spirit Shroud. You call forth spirits of the dead, which flit around you. For this spell's duration, the spirits are intangible and invulnerable. Until the spell ends, any attack you make deals 1d8 extra damage when you hit a creature with 10 feet of you. This damage is radiant, necrotic, or cold at your choice when you cast the spell.
Okay.
And I'm trying to decide, should I do radiant? What do you think, Rain?
Probably, yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was leaning towards radiant. So she's going to do it with radiant, and she's going to take her dagger and start kind of stab into it and try to pry it off her soul.
Okay. So an attack roll. Go ahead.
With the dagger. That is 13.
Okay. So you stab in to the hand that's one of the hands that's holding onto the thread. And these creatures go to assist with their radiant touch to also kind of assist the attack, and they kind of guide your dagger and push this golden light into the hand, and the hand let go and spins around and smacks you across the face. Roll a wisdom save with disadvantage. And are we adding 5 to all of these? What's the limitations
Yes.
on that?
Nothing. As long as they make a saving throw within 10 feet of me, they add my charisma mod to their saves.
Gotcha. So,
So
yeah.
I get it
Nice.
as well.
What's up?
So I get it as well.
Yup.
Mhm.
See, 12 plus 5, so 17.
Okay. So you get smacked in the face, and you're brought back to your wedding day. And Reslin is standing right across from you, tears in his eyes. Beautiful elven suit made out of silks from cocoons that he grew himself. He looks at you and goes, "How could you do this to me? To us? To our child? I put up with everything for you, and you spit in my face? It's over. Never talk to me again." And you kind of look down, and he stabs you right in the chest with a dagger. Leah, you're up.
1 second. Just get me for a sec.
Good grief.
Oh, alright. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna go and, I'm gonna walk up to Kittis. I'm gonna place a hand on, like, her leg, and I will cast Protection from Good and Evil.
Okay. Ooh, solid level 1. Level 1 spell. One creature you touch. Well, whether she's willing or not, she's grappled, so she has no defense. Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures: aberrations, celestials, elementals, fey, fiends, or undead. So, what are you protecting her against?
I can protect her against all of it.
Okay, protection grants some benefits. Creature that has disadvantage on attack rolls. They also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. The target
It doesn't make me pick one type of creature.
Gotcha.
Lets me protect against all of them.
Okay. The target has any new saving throws against the relevant effect. Okay. Perfect. So roll your wisdom save.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a 17.
So you place your hand to protect Kittis, and you place it on her leg, and you see the spell take, and almost like this white and blue light is just shining in this cocoon around her body, and another hand gets placed on top of yours, and you see, oh geez, what was her name? The guardian of the city. Ohm. You see Ohm place her hand on top of yours. She's like,
Oh no.
that's such a good job, Leah. You're doing so great at all these things that you're learning, and you're growing up so fast. Of course, you'll never be as tall as me. And she'll kind of lift up and place your hand with her hand on her chest, and she's just looking at you, smiling. When you see Judgment place a hand on her shoulder, and he says, I weigh you against the weight of a feather. And you see a feather hit the scales, and he rips her heart from her chest, leaving your hand to go into her body where her heart once was. And you look up, and you see a stone feather hit the scales, and the scales tip. And you smell the vile and evil that's coming from her and her life. And she looks at you and says, I'm so sorry, as she then just turns to dust and smoke. And you breathe her in, and it cuts like glass. Gale.
Okay. I'm guessing the creature's still trying to escape the room and still grappling with the gem.
Mm-hmm. So it's got three small arms on the gem, one of which was taken away. And the threads are pulling. It does look like Kittis is now winning this fight, though, with her deity, essentially, in the threads.
Okay. I'm going to do something that's going to hopefully try and stop and help that. You can see Gale reach his hand out towards the creature. He's going to cast Command at first level, and he's going to say, Halt. So I'm going to need you to make a Wisdom saving throw for me.
All right. First level spells are the undoing. Because he failed his wisdom saving throw.
What did he roll?
A 10.
Yeah, that fails. He needs to make a 16.
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
Yeah, that'll do the job. So for Holt, can't move, can't do any actions while it's active.
Perfect.
Which I believe, I think just lasts a round. But yeah, next action can't do anything.
Yeah, so you say halt, and it takes no actions. However, I need a wisdom saving throw
It
from
can't
you.
move either.
It's not moving.
Wisdom saving throw from me.
Yep.
Is that with disadvantage?
This time, no.
Okay, but is that still with +5?
Yeah.
Excellent. It's gonna be 12, 18.
Perfect. So you say, halt! And you're in the middle of a forest that's on fire. And the flames stop moving for a moment as you're yelling, hoping for the flames to stop. In the distance, you see your family home with your mother holding another child in her arms, looking out the window at the fire. Halt! You yell again, and the fire pauses for a moment and then gets faster. Halt! You yell again, and the fire pauses for a moment and then gets faster. And the more you scream out in the hopes to save your family from this fire, your house gets engulfed in flames. And the image of a Valkyrie above your home flapping its wings. Lightning strikes the ground, and your family home is engulfed into the foundations of the earth, and the crust as it cracks and falls away underneath you. You yell, halt, halt, with your voice, nothing to echo against in the black nothingness that now surrounds you. And you realize that you are now standing in the middle of the miasma and the force as it's circling around you, not moving. However, because it's not moving, the other 3 hands loosen their grip, and the threads begin pulling down to Kittis's chest. Cedar, you're up.
I would like to. Okay, so it has to. Sorry, my mind is going a million miles an hour right now. So you're gonna have to deal with.
Yeah.
So I would like to cast my new spell, 3rd level, algebra.
Are you so you're gonna break Witch Bolt?
The Witch Bolt didn't succeed.
Yes,
Yes,
Did it?
yeah.
It did.
You'd break your concentration then. wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'm willing to do that.
Okay. Just clarifying.
Yeah, I'm willing to do that.
And you wanna go ahead and explain what the spell does for me?
It's a spell I found, and Doku gave me permission to use it. You make one target creature do algebra. They must succeed on an intelligence check, DC your spell save plus your intelligence modifier, or be plundered with math. They take 5d10 necromantic damage and an additional 10 damage on the start of each of their turns.
Cool.
I got specific permission from Doku.
So,
So I need you to roll a wisdom save.
Me?
Yeah.
I thought he's supposed to roll an intelligence. Oh,
He did.
I connected my mind to it. Dang
Yeah, you
it!
did.
Do I get the 5+?
Yeah.
Rain,
Mhm.
please?
Yeah.
Rain, please? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, that's not terrible. Dirty 20.
Okay, cool. So you see this creature writhing in pain, and he's just faltering and turning into this bubble in this goo as he's shaking around erratically, this creature. And he falls off of Gale, who then takes the full brunt of your spell. And you see Gale pause for a moment and spin, and then he's sitting in a classroom with you, and you're next to him, and you're smiling
cool.
because you're doing a test together, and Mai is sitting at the front of the classroom, and you guys are just writing and doing math, and you're looking at Gale, and you're like, I bet I could beat you, and he's trying harder and harder to do math and falling farther and farther behind before he looks at you. Pain riles his head. The pressure builds up, and you can see
No.
mathematical equations in his eyeballs as they explode. And his eyes, his goo from his eyes, his cortexes just splatter you, your pen, your math paper, and you smile. You wiggle it into this little pen-like shape, his ocular muscles, and you begin to write the rest of your math paper with his eyeballs. And you look back down at your paper, and you're writing on Gale, and the writing is cutting into the back of his neck, and it goes, serves you right for being dumb. But something else happens. The threads pull back into Kittis, and she now has possession of her necklace, and she kind of fully comes to as the blackness fades into a small smoke that is slowly dissipating out into the room. You all hear a voice in unison. Thank you. I'm back.
Here?
And that's the end of the encounter.
Unicorns.
Can I just say, Doku, how on earth did you get footage of me doing math and decide to implement it into a session? How?
What the heck?
this, this is this is my brain on caffeine.
Can
This
we
is your
take
brain
our
on
5
math.
minutes?
Any questions?
Can we take our 5 minutes, please?
Sure. You guys want to take a quick fiver?
Yeah. Which,
Yeah, I can take a
no,
quick fiver.
I have never asked for the 5 minutes before, I don't think.
No problem. All right. So
I think
anyone who is
this
listening,
is my first time doing a little bit of tap out.
we'll go ahead and
Please,
take
please.
a quick break in our
Mercy.
session, and we will see you all soon.
See
See you
y'all in
soon.
5 minutes.
Alright, so we'll let everyone filter back in. I'll get back our Voyager music in just a second here.
Hello.
What the heck?
Hello.
Well, now I know if there's a soul that we need to smuggle, all I'd have to do is just let it
No.
into her body.
No.
That's what I got from this.
No, Fern. It is not what you got.
No. Coming up in future sessions, we start smuggling souls.
I start smuggling business.
Doku, my body is having a reaction to this. I am shaking. I am sweating. Like, I have adrenaline and cortisol in my veins right now.
Oh my goodness.
I'm okay. I'm laughing, and so I'm okay, but... Ah!
But anyway, that's what I got from this.
Anyway, no.
Hey, hold on.
What is that?
I basically put a description into AI of what you guys were just fighting, and this is what it came up with.
Let's see, what is it? Ah!
Well, at least we know it's fear now. Does this mean I get Philo back?
Just depends. I guess we'll figure it out.
After that.
Who has
After
Philo?
that.
Gale does.
Gil has Philo?
No. Nightmare does. And I'm gonna hunt down the Nightmare Lady again.
Alright.
I want my fluff ball.
So
See, previously you wanted your hit points back.
Now I want my fluff ball back.
If you lose your hit points this time, don't whine about it to me.
I will whine about it. I will bitch and moan.
so your first night on voyage was
Wait, are we not gonna address what just happened?
very eventful. I'm just letting you know the progression of time and kind of what took place, and I'll let you guys interact accordingly, because I figured you guys are going to be talking it out for a moment. So a few things
We
happen.
finish and Gale just screams. Ah!
Leah, I'm assuming you're kind of focusing on navigation and kind of course correcting every day, following the compass, right? Because you're just making a beeline there for the most part, I'm assuming, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys notice Leah over the course of about 7 days begin to kind of navigate. And a few things happen as you kind of pass over different parts of the world. You kind of see a lot of islands and atolls with a fortress that seem to just be kind of floating in the middle of the ocean off of these islands. And that was kind of on the first day of your journey. You guys are primarily flying over the ocean, right? You got away from land quite quickly. In the middle, in the very center of what seems to be of creation, you kind of flew over it. Not directly, but you notice that there's a huge ocean vortex being sucked down kind of into the center. And you don't really know what's there specifically, but it is something that you see. But Leah, unless you want to change course, essentially on any one of these things that you encounter, will continue to kind of head course and letting you kind of navigate. However, if you continue to travel throughout the 7 days, you will eventually come to and fly over a city called Thornwall, which is in the northern part of the continent where you first met. Well, not Leah, but the rest of the party. And it's a small town, kind of walled off with man-made lakes and rivers, called Thornwall, and it's near the north of your original home continent. And the compass will then begin to spin. And as you pass over the city, the needle flicks back in the opposite direction, back towards Thornwall. So
we're back on the original continent, I guess.
you guys kind of made your way back to the original continent. Not that Leah would know the original continent. Actually, you would. You know where this is, because the
monastery was in the
monastery.
Upper Sun Mountains.
It was in the Upper Sun Mountains. So you actually know this area kind of well, and you know what I mean. You know kind of the areas to the south and the north. I mean, you kind of know the continent, general layout mostly. We'll let it determine how much you've traveled here around here lately, but no one's ever been to Thornwall. It's kind of a small town, a lot of trade. It is known to be rated as the happiest city on this continent.
Mm.
And that's all you guys really know about it, for those who have been here. But unless
I'm
you want
blind.
to,
Whereabouts is Stonewall on the little continent map? I must be really blind.
No, it's unmarked, so I'll put you right on it. So
Okay, cool.
it's basically right there. It's not a main city.
Got you. It's on that sort of northern coast.
Yeah, so it's a northern coast there. So I just kind of put you right on it. So yeah, so that's kind of, unless you guys want to deviate course or do anything in particular, those are the things you see in your 7 days of travel. However, you can continue and presumably discuss what just happened.
What the frick was that?
Fear. I think.
Okay, but what was that?
Fear.
I felt that, but what was the thing that was causing the fear?
Fear.
I'm not getting this, kiddos. I'm not understanding. Is it the physical embodiment of fear just attacking your
Yeah.
soul?
Yeah.
Why?
The physical embodiment of nightmares because I didn't release her back when we were in the ancient times, and then she now hitched a ride thanks to the beholder shoving her into my body.
That's gross, but okay. Wait, does that mean that we have nightmares again now?
That's what we're gonna find out. Go to sleep.
Okay, but don't hold that weird stone over my head again, please.
I don't have it anymore. It broke, remember?
Oh yeah.
Nightmare broke it.
Speaking of broken, there's a small
My
crack
soul.
in your necklace that occasionally the mist that slowly is making its way out will bubble and kind of condensate and then drip down to the floor of wherever you are.
Fix
Occasionally.
It. Fix it. Who knows? Fix. Who knows? Fix.
Who can do fix?
Fix it.
I mean, people.
Cedar's currently breathing a little heavily. Oh.
She kind of grabs her ear tufts.
Whoa! Cedar, you okay?
What do you need? How the heck should I know how to fix that?
I fix people, not things.
This isn't people. This is me.
That is not a people. Calm down,
People,
Nimona.
People. What, you think a meat sack is a person?
I'm just imagining Gel going to a butcher's, seeing a sack of meat hanging up, and just going, "It's a person!
No, people.
A people died here today!
Leah?
Stop your consuming a people!"
Mm-hmm. She'll look at it and she'll go, "Yeah, this is not my problem."
Leah, can you fix it?
Hello?
Couldn't tell you.
I
Okay.
could maybe ask Yellow later. I could ask.
She's now holding it like this, trying to cup the condensated soul.
Just put it in a cup or something for now. I can't put it in a cup. Put a sphere around it for now.
Take your soul and put it in a cup.
You can't go up the body. Hold on.
Take your soul
I'm putting it in a cup.
Is that being written down?
No, I'm trying to find what I
Oh.
have that can hold the dang thing on while still remaining on the necklace. Oh, okay. Let's see. Remember, shovel.
Oh no, We're losing Killis. Somebody get a balloon.
I'm AI generating this just to see what we get.
Soul in a
Oh
cup.
no. Solo cup? What was that?
I take the shot glass.
You- Everybody!
She ties the unbreakable string around it and kind of like weaves it onto the necklace and kind of like makes so it just sits inside of it. And I'm just gonna try to keep this thing right side
Soul
up.
juice, your favorite flavor.
Also, I've just thought of something. I've got to share this with you.
There you go.
Kiddies, the condensation.
Yes! Arnar!
Cedar.
Ah, yes. Soul in a cup, you know, a
Yeah.
feather.
Yep.
I-
She's using it
I-
to drop the condensation and get it in the cup, you know?
I kind of like that design. I kind of like
It's
that.
pretty.
Random AI art. I don't know why there's a grapefruit there or a piece of a blood orange. Oh, it's probably a blood orange.
Blood orange for the blood gods.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So she kind of like tries to make this as a
Blood for the blood
makeshift
gods.
to kind of like hold it.
So Band-Aid, duct tape type thing.
Yeah.
And you got this like
Lots of duct
shot glass that's like wrapping around and like holding in so like the fluid doesn't get out, it just goes into the other glass. Is that what I'm kind of imagining?
Basically, the goal. That's kind of the goal. And she's just gonna just be like, okay.
Okay. That'll be what we do for now. I guess.
Oh no.
She's just like, I don't know what to do with this. I don't want my soul to leak.
I don't think anyone's soul has ever leaked before. I think this is a first.
And she kind of like pulls Atlas out and she's like, did you know this could happen?
Did you know?
And he takes his like humanoid type form as opposed to his flame form, and he tries to place his hands on the crack to hold it in and help you.
Thank you, Atlas.
Aww.
He's just a little guy. I'm going to pull my pets out and I'm going to cuddle with them. And we're just going to do that for the rest of the trip. Until we figure out how to make it so the soul stops leaking out.
Well, roll a history check.
Oh no, my soul. It's leaking.
19.
You are trying, you get to a point where you're like thinking about, and you kind of band-aided this with this glass to hold the drips in so no fluid gets out, and you get it to a point where you're like, well, it's a band-aid, and then you kind of sit back and relax at the first time you remember a soul gem being formed, and Philo's dream tree comes to mind, where he transformed into a bonsai tree and then grew a dreamstone that kind of held things together. And for some reason this memory comes into your mind when you first take a moment to relax.
Kid tree.
I gotta plant my soul? You can get you one of those little, like, the little jars that you hang by the window. But the thing is, it still needs to remain attached to my body as far as I know.
But instead of hanging by the window, you can hang it on a necklace. We have a little plant necklace.
What if we get a little baby Kiddis like Groot?
Gosh.
Another one.
Man, her age is getting like shot back and forth.
We cut back like a week later and it's just a little baby Kiddis dancing along to like a song from the 70s.
So, Kiddis then pulls out the little bonsai pot that she still has the tree. She put it in the bag.
Hey, Brain, can you check your Instagram?
And she's just like, well, I don't. Do I still have that? Hold on. And she kind of pulls out the pretty stone that had Philo's soul in it.
Okay.
And she's just like, what do? She kind of like places them at the bonsai tree and just kind of like leans over and just like,
I stare at it.
trying to think.
All right. Roll a survival, I guess, or a nature.
Survival or nature. Okay. 14 nature.
Okay. You only know of one way really to grow a tree, and that's the physical way. You have the tree, which seems to be in kind of a suspended. It's kind of like it's not dead, but it's not alive. It's like you had it in the bag, and you did keep the tree, right? But after you pluck the gem, the tree's purpose seems to have gone away. And so you have the broken soul gem, and you have what seems like water, and in your mind, you're like, so I have fertilizer and I have water. How does this supposed to work? And the only thing that really comes to mind is the physical growth of tree.
I'm going to start taking care of the tree the same way I did when Philo was in it. I guess.
Sorry, it's the addition of I guess.
So what do you do?
So she's just kind of gonna keep the tree, like she's gonna basically be carrying around this tree everywhere she goes with her, and she's going to like make sure she waters it, and she is going to kind of like see about trying like basically like pour her essence into it, so they kind of like see like magically if that would help.
Okay. So when you mean by pour your essence into it, I'm just asking guiding questions here because I'm trying to understand what you're doing.
From the cup.
That was my question. So in the collection cup, are you going to be pouring out?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's gonna basically be like, okay, hopefully this works. If not, we're screwed.
Her motto in life. Yep. That's my motto.
I thought your motto.
Works or I'm screwed.
I thought your motto was if you fuck around, you find out.
No, because
that's just what keeps happening.
That gives the idea that I understand the consequence of choice. I would only have the
You
first
never
part
have.
without it.
Okay.
You just fuck around.
Like a little mad scientist with a prayer.
I will say you do this over the course of the week. You do this over the course of the week flight, and you're kind of catching these drops, making sure not to waste any of them with your weird little makeshift band-aid, and you're watering the tree. And each day you do this, you notice the tree getting a little healthier, but at the same time, you're losing pieces of your soul through just general crystal leakage, for lack of a better term. And you are definitely feeling weaker. You're also feeling hungrier.
Huh?
Said you're
I'm also feeling what?
hungrier. All right.
Dang it.
And
Don't eat the babies.
you are going to land in Thornwall on a day of rest, which is the day where everyone in the city gets to stop working. And you see a large gathering and a small dock on the man-made river where you feel like you could put down safely. But there's a huge festival that you can see from the lake once you land the ship going on in the center of town. And give me 10 seconds.
Very nice. Quick, let's say something offensive about the DM while he's not listening.
No.
Here.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So, Killis, what did we learn this week?
That not having my soul remain in the body is inconvenient. That's
when
what
you
I
don't
learned.
have the soul, you get hungry.
You get hungry, and the
You
soul's
get
way more vulnerable.
So you put down the ship in the lake and kind of go to that little makeshift dock that they have. You would assume that there would normally be some form of dock worker there, but no one was there to greet you.
Hmm.
Good.
Your compass, if you check it again, is pointing towards the town, essentially.
Right. She will, once everyone disembarks, she will say the command word and place the folded up ship back in her pocket and follow the compass.
All right. So I'll find us some new music as we kind of go through this.
I'm assuming I'm gonna rest at some point and heal up during the week.
Yeah.
Um,
You guys are any damage you took, any rest that you want to take, that could happen over the course of the time.
Woo! Nice.
I think kind of as we're sat there, like kind of right after what just happened, Cedar's kind of like just sitting there, like she looks like she's not really looking at anything, and she's very fidgety, kind of breathing a little heavy, like she's obviously trying to like calm herself down, but it's not really working. And she starts like picking at the feathers on her wrist again, especially the ones near the beholder tattoo. Not tattoo, scar.
Okay.
Talk.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What's up?
Talk
Sure.
in private.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they go off to do that.
Also, you guys are kind of Leah's making her way towards town, following the compass, I believe. So I think, I mean, not to dictate what you're doing. I'd say you two could probably pull ahead if you want to have a private conversation.
This would be during the week of travel.
Oh, during the week of travel.
Conversation.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, this is like right after what just happened with the
Sick.
fear cloud.
All right, go for it.
I don't know what I'm doing,
Nobody does.
but not knowing what I'm doing is going to put them in danger, and I can't do that. Can't to Kittis, and I can't do that to Kale. And
Then
you're
learn
right.
from the then learn
You're
from the
flipping
example
right
you've just
about
been
me.
given. Oh, how so?
I'm just gonna bring him trouble. I mean, I already lost 2 of his limbs. What else am I gonna do? I mean, I already. Frick. Hate this. I don't know what I'm doing socially ever. Okay, that's never made sense to me. And now it's starting to here, but then it doesn't, and now even magic doesn't make sense. And that was the one thing that ever made sense for me, Leah. That was the one thing in my life that I knew how it worked, and I could do it. And now even that, I don't know how to do, and that's the one thing I can do. I do magic. That's what I do. And now I'm here trying to protect others and keep them safe, constantly failing Kittis, because I don't know. I say that she's my kid, and I feel that way, but I don't know what I'm doing. I'm 23. I'm not prepared for this. And Leah, I don't know why Gale still sticks around me. I know he keeps saying it's because I'm a good person or something, but I'm just on this pedestal, and I'm afraid that I'm gonna fall off of it. Because I don't deserve to be up here. And you are the only person who seems to see that. I know you hate me. I get it. Join the flipping club, okay? But I didn't know what to do when we were with the beholder. I didn't know what to do when fear was in there. And I tried to do a spell, and I don't know, it could have been a hallucination, but I hit him.
You want my 2 cents? The honest truth? You already fucked up. You already fell off the pedestal. The pedestal is in tiny little pieces, a couple miles off. You've already fucked up royally. Quite frankly, and quite frankly, I have never once said that I hated you. I just think you're a massive fuck up because you are, because everybody is. The reason
And
you're so easy to pick apart is because it's blatantly obvious. I've
you don't
been.
know that.
I'm sorry?
You don't think I know how easy it is to pick me apart? How weak I am? I mean, hey, that's all that's happened since I left school.
Oh no.
You weren't there, so you want to know what happened?
What's that?
I met Gail. I thought it was just going to be like a tour and I could just move on with my life. And yeah, I was really lonely. But I couldn't hurt people that way because no matter where I go, I just bring bad luck. It's what's happened. It's what's always happened. That's why my brother's dead after all because again, bad luck. And then the Fae came into our lives and all that. We found Kittis. That was a thing. And then the Fae dropped us into the one town on Earth. One of the 2 towns on Earth I never wanted to go back to. That's where we met Shalius. That's how he lost his limbs, because he was trying to save me. Because despite the fact that I was so scared of Shalius, there was a part of me that just wanted to see my friend again. The person that I knew for 4 years, I wanted to see a little bit of him left in there. And that's why it ended up hurting Gale. And then I got framed. I tried to take care of that by just making sure that only I got hurt. If only I can be the center of whoever's causing the pain. If I can attract the pain to me, it doesn't have to hurt others. But apparently that's not true. Because then they all got caught. Kittis got poisoned. He lost his limbs. We dealt with it. We moved on. Then we had to deal with my family and Silvico, and I don't want to deal with any of this. But of course, and you know what? I don't care if they hear they're higher beings. They can deal with a little bit of my snark. The Fae were dealing with their own problems, so they had us do it. And we had to go save Blue. That's fine. That's great. I'm so glad we saved her. But I had to watch my sister die. He brought her back just for her to become the next person that betrays me.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're doing this, and I'm trying to take the role of trying to help take care of others. I don't want to need somebody to take care of me because I've never needed it before. And if I do, then what happens if that person dies? What happens if I just lead to him getting hurt? I don't want that. I'd rather be the one that gets hurt.
I
And
get
I don't
that.
want to hurt him. And I feel like I'm just this massive risk. And then you came back into his life, and you're so much better for him, honestly. Like, you take care of him, you keep him grounded, it's great. And I'm honestly really thankful you're here. And it really kind of brought stuff to my attention when you said all those things about me, okay? I get it. I know you met Shrike first, and that's why you don't like me. Admittedly, there is a part of Shrike in me, okay?
Yeah, I'm pretty well aware of that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But
Because there's a shitty part of all of us in all of us.
somehow, except for him. And I don't understand why he looks at me like I'm a great person. I'm a coward.
Yep. Let's see. You're a coward, you're kind of spineless. You don't know how to take criticism. You don't know how to give criticism. You could learn a thing or two about your own abilities. Those are just a couple things off the top of my head. But quite
Just about-
frankly, everyone is everyone is that way. You want to tell me something? Because from what I've gathered, you've never properly been physically alone.
I mean, there was a time for a while before I got to school where I was kind of homeless, so there was that, but not like I was able to find somewhere to stay. I mean, I didn't mind sleeping in the forest, but it wasn't too long of a time, I guess.
Okay, try this. You're living your best life with someone you consider a brother. It's been about 14 years, and maybe 2 or 3 years before this, you find this weapon, and you're like, holy shit, I can do a lot of good with this. I can protect people with this. It's gonna do great things because I can make it do great things. But it doesn't shut the fuck up. It always tells you it wants more money, it wants more blood, it wants more death. And then one day you falter slightly and it takes over and someone's dead at your feet. And in an instant, your brother's gone, your family's gone, your home is gone. You can't go back to your actual family because who the fuck shows weakness in front of a giant? Do you know what the shit that's like? And you can't exactly go around and go to somewhere else because if you're known as this big mighty paladin at a monastery, suddenly you're out on your ass, people are going to ask questions. That's not good. So you stay by yourself and you're effectively entirely alone for about 3 years, constantly on guard because if you drop your guard physically, mentally, emotionally, there's a chance of death, and nobody wants to die. At least nobody I know. And then, about 3 years in, you find the Fae, and you've been raised that the Fae only come to you when you can give them something they want, but also they can give you something you want. So against my better judgment, I took the deal, and it actually went fantastically. And then I wasn't necessarily alone, but I didn't exactly have people. I had Faye telling me what to do, where to go, and how to better protect myself. But aside from that, I had no relationships. Friend, family, lover, whatever the hell. None of it. And let's see. I was devoid of all of that for 3 years. If I slipped up at all, there was always a chance of death. I don't point out your weaknesses because I hate you. I point out your weaknesses because they remind me of me, and me back then would have been slaughtered in today's world. And I might not like you, but I don't hate you. I might not like you, but I don't want to see you dead. Because Gale, on the topic of Gale, he's a lovesick puppy. You show him any kind of kindness, he's stuck to you for life. There's no getting rid of him. When I was 30-ish, there was this kid at the monastery, and he grew up alongside me, and I would, at the beginning, I'd placate him, I'd play with him, I'd do all that. He was 30 some odd years younger than me. I mean, what was I supposed to do? Now he's like a brother to me. That's just how Gale works. There is no way around it. I don't care what you do. He doesn't care what you do. He's not gonna leave, even if I think he should, because I think there are a lot of places he would be safer. If it was up to me, I would have stayed back with the Giants, but that's not feasible. I might not be the smartest, but I know how to stay alive. And here's the thing. You're going to fuck up constantly and forever. So am I. It's not about how you fuck up. It's about how you fix your fuck up. What do you do after you do something terrible? For instance, the kid, really fucking bad at that. Almost got us killed twice in the span of 48 hours. Doesn't really seem to give two shits.
Yeah, I wonder kind of if she got like dropped on her head or something, like squished the amygdala or something.
And if she doesn't, I'm gonna break something.
She has good intentions,
Does
but
she?
they don't translate very well.
Because normally good intentions are what you have, just bad execution. Because
Thanks.
good intentions are, hey, I'm gonna do this and I don't want it to hurt other people. I don't want to hurt other people. She doesn't think twice about that. She goes, oh, this would be neat. Let's do it. I don't give a shit. You have survival instincts. You have good intentions. You're a good person. You're just horribly unrefined.
Now you
And
sound like an etiquette teacher from when I was like 5.
fuck etiquette. If there's anything I know better than most people, it's stonework. And the best way to turn a piece of coal into a diamond is with so much pressure it would kill a Tarask.
Yeah.
So things will never be easier. I will never be easier on you. Because you have a shot to be a decent person. Because life is about making terrible decisions because you hope that they will end up good. Like, you want to know something you might not know about me and my family?
Sure.
None of us trust the gods. None of us ever have. They took a chance on the gods with me, and they said, hey, let's send her to the monastery. Let's give her a better life than we can. Maybe she'll learn something there. And it was great for a couple of years. And then they turned their back on me and ripped everything away from me because fuck them. They took a chance and it ended terribly. It got me one good thing, and that was Gale. That I wouldn't trade for the world. But they set aside their morals and they tried to give me a better life, and it blew up in their face. It blew up in mine. That's why I couldn't go home. I went home once to have this armor made, this shield made. And I have not gone back since the 4 of us went there. Because I can't face them. Because you don't show weakness in front of a giant. It's like an ant showing weakness in front of me.
Yeah.
So, you want to know why I'm so tough? Why I'm so resilient? Because I've had to be. If anything, I almost envy you because you're not. Because that means to some degree you haven't had to be.
I've had to be.
Then you would
Not
be.
not in the same way you did, and maybe I didn't deal with it in the same way you did. But I did have to be.
I know, I'm just saying you haven't had to be to the extent that I did. Because if you did, you would be kind of cold and unfeeling, and I know that from experience.
I think I don't want to be sometimes.
Oh no, no I do.
try. That's why I didn't have friends for so long. Because I knew that is what that this is who I am. And I tried to work around that by just not letting anyone close. If I don't let anyone close, I can't get attached. And then he came in and kind of somehow snuck through all of those barriers. Better rogue than I'll ever be.
Yeah, for someone who is just a giant, like, colorful sign, he's really good at that.
For real.
But no. What I'm saying is not an insult. At least it's not meant to be. What I'm saying is you don't want to be what I am. Because yes, I'm great in every combat scenario, and I know how to talk my way out of any situation. But I don't really give a shit. I just
Sorry, it was
Tell me-
Doku's nodding. It broke me.
tell me what it's like to properly not give a shit.
I don't know.
Exactly. And hopefully that's something you never have, because it fucking sucks. The only thing I properly give a shit about anymore is Gale. Until my village went away, the only thing that I was actively staying alive for was Gale. Because without some exterior reason, I don't give a shit. You give a shit. That's a good thing. But it doesn't mean that life will be easy. If anything, it means life will be harder, and I know you know that. So I'm just trying to help you toughen up so that when life is hard and it punches you in the stomach like I did, breaks a couple of your ribs, you'll be ready for it.
Good.
No, I don't regret that. That was really, really fun.
I know you don't. I regret that though.
Nah, it felt good.
No, it didn't. I can assure you it did not.
Leah has been called a sociopath.
No, that's Kittis.
Birds of a feather?
That's here.
I'm
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But while this is going on, Kittis like kind of tugs on Gale's like armor, and she's like, "I'm getting hungry."
Okay, we'll find you some life essence.
want to go to McDonald's.
We'll find you something soon. I promise. Wait, hang on a second. Let me try something with you. It's something I picked up a while back, and I think maybe it could help. You feed on life energy, right?
That's based on my understanding.
Okay, I'm going to try something to you now. Do not tell the others, because they are going to freak out.
She kind
Okay.
of like glances over to make sure they're not looking and sees them like deep in conversation. She's like,
Okay. He's going to take his hands, place on both her shoulders, and at third level, he's going to cast Life Transference. Which is basically he takes some of his life energy and gives it to someone else. Normally, it's just a healing thing, but maybe it could be used to feed her. And because it's at that level, it's going to be 4d8 worth of damage that I take. Which is going to be...
Interesting.
Yeah, I picked this up ages ago and I've not used it since. So Gale is going to take 14 points of damage as he physically gives his life force willingly to Kiris in that moment.
and she kind of hides it by just kind of holding his hand, just like, well, because like
Friendship.
Okay.
Okay, feeling different?
She does actually. She feels satiated. She's not as hungry. The rumblies in her tumblies are now gone. And she feels a little bit better, and she actually feels a little bit more recharged, even though she's losing drips over time that she's now watering a tree with. This was enough to kind of tide her over for a little while. And Gale, you'll find on a good night's rest that those hit points don't come back.
Yeah,
What?
I figured.
What? shit.
So you are temporarily going to be missing 14 life points going forward.
Bugger.
But it was a very rich meal. You actually feel thirsty afterward, like eating too much cake or ice cream, you know?
I'm not giving you anything to drink, okay?
No desserts.
So that's what feeds you. I dread to think what you drink.
But it did work.
Blood.
So
That's okay. I don't feel as good now, but you know what? It's worth it. And I'll get that back.
Trying to grow the soul tree. In case you're
Hopefully-
wondering.
Ah, that's what the contraption is.
Yeah, it's what I grew that feel grew out of. So I thought maybe if I poured my soul into that. Oh, I should probably tell you in case. So my soul feels sapped right now because it's going into that rather than where I'm at. So my soul's sort of splitting. So eventually, I theorize if it all goes into there, I'm going to need help getting out. Good luck figuring it out.
Thanks. That might be a cedar figuring out, but I'm sure we can figure it out between us.
In any case, though, I just figured I should know in case I pass out or something and my soul's gone.
That's no fair warning. Do you want me to tell anybody else, or is that just between me and you?
You're free to tell them. I just figured they're kind of busy with their conversation, and I think they might be a little mad at me.
No, I don't think they're mad at you, Kidis. I think knowing those two, Cedar's mad at herself, and Leah's mad at Cedar. Just a wild guess. I don't know. They haven't gotten along since they first met, and I kind of want them to, but at the same time, I know I'm not going to be able to force it. So they've got to figure this out on their own.
Feels weird though. Just kind of having Leah here.
In what way?
Well, it's different. Dana and Leah are very different. Although they both can take hits. They're
Yeah.
good meat.
Yeah, they're both great in a fight. I'm kind of glad that Leah's here. You know.
Yeah. I figured.
Yeah. It just feels weird to. It does feel a little weird having someone from before I left the monastery here. But good weird, you know? Like you.
I'm glad. Kind of makes me wish my brother was here.
We can find him.
Well, it's not. He's probably around here somewhere. But he said he watches over me sometimes, but we can't talk.
Well, I mean, if there's anything I've learned with traveling with you guys, it's that there's so much that's possible. Who knows? We could always reunite you guys, even for just a moment. You guys could have a conversation.
Not until grandfather's dead. That was the deal.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that prick. Yeah, you know what? I don't normally condone killing people, but let's be honest. We've killed Chalius, we've killed Silverco, we've killed goodness knows how many other beings and creatures. At this point, I think I'm becoming a bit numb to it. But sure, let's kill your grandfather.
Line I never thought I'd hear from Gail.
Do you want to see the next book thing? I was planning on trying out the next book before, I go to sleep with the plant.
Yeah, sure. From your little collection of magic books.
I'm not sure what'll happen this time, so we should probably have Leah be there too.
Okay, cool. Well, once I finish shouting and crying at each other will bring him back over.
Yeah. Satyrs does that a lot.
Oh, I was talking about Leah, but yeah. Yeah, Cedar does
I
do
don't
that
think
quite a bit.
Leah's the one crying though.
Oh, they're mouthing my name a lot. I think. Oh, I think they're mad at me.
No, you're a lot nicer than I am. And you tend to actually be able to feel when people are upset.
You don't feel that?
I mean, sometimes, I mean, I can tell. But it's weird because it's like everyone else seems to like someone gets stabbed and they're like, oh, that hurt me too. And it doesn't feel quite that way. So,
Oh. I guess just a sense of connection, I guess.
that's part of the reason why I miss Philo. It was nice to feel that.
Yeah. Well, we'll get him back. Ideally, not at a festival where he kills everybody.
Probably not.
I haven't forgotten that. That was horrifying.
Cedar was so upset when the body went out of the flaming man.
Yeah, she was a little, wasn't she?
Don't tell her I laughed at that. I think she would be upset.
Oh. Doctor-patient confidentiality.
Okay. I like that plan.
Nice.
Although with Leah here, we're not just the healers anymore. Now Leah can do it.
That's true, yeah. Oh. It's kind of nice to not have to be the only healer.
Yeah. You shouldn't have to be.
Thanks. I know I don't talk as much with you as I do the others, but I appreciate being on the team. You've been really fun, and I like hanging out with you. You're kind of cool.
Even after I ate someone?
Including
that
him?
That was a little weird, but it's just part of you. Oh,
It's just a quirk.
yeah. Actually, while I'm talking to you, there's been something I've kind of been wanting to ask for a little while now. And you don't have to answer if you don't want to. I'll completely understand if you don't want to answer, but I thought maybe I'd ask if that's cool.
Sure.
I was going to ask about you and wrestling.
I
I
wrestling!
don't. Yeah. I don't know. I think that the main thing I'm curious about is you guys just connected. Just that one day in the tavern, and I didn't really get taught that a lot growing up. I'm only just discovering it myself.
Mm-hmm.
How did you know when you first spoke to him that he was the right one? How did that feel?
I guess I didn't really think about it as right or wrong. I just liked him. And I just went forward with that.
I see.
And typically, when I decide I want something, I just move forward with it, and then most of the time it works out. You know?
I think maybe I do. I'm learning a lot of new stuff. That's
It's part of being hedonistic, apparently.
right.
Right,
Gotcha. I'm really glad that you guys are together. I can't wait until you guys are back reunited again.
I'm excited to see him again eventually. I should probably send a message to him soon, though, to make sure he's okay. He's still alive.
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea, given how we
Doku
found him
nodding.
last time.
Oh, nice.
Doku's not along. He's dead.
Oh, he did.
Oh, dear.
I love the chats right now, by the way.
Chat, no. Leah's very
I haven't
gay.
seen the chat at all. I think.
Do it, this exact-
Oh my goodness, it's taking me 2 hours to connect to chat. This is really bad.
There's the starting of shipping of Gil and Leah's very gay.
No, no,
Is
they
that-
are siblings. We are not in Norfolk or Alabama or any
That-
other place where you can count
Just-
6 to 6 on your fingers.
Like it just Galia? Is
No
that
offense
what
to
that's
anybody from
supposed to
Alabama
be?
or Norfolk.
What were you saying?
Galia.
No, no.
It's the ship name.
No. Please no.
It's
Like, if you want to ship, that's fine. It's gonna happen. I'm sorry, guys.
But in any case, though,
Why did we get another follow? Like, why did we get another viewer at this exact moment?
Oh no!
Until this
Oh, no.
exact moment.
Oh
Start-
no! When I
start
just
talking
called
about the
out
ships.
the whole of. Talk about ships I insult Alabama and Norfolk.
Moving swiftly onward.
Yeah.
over to see if Cedar's like almost done crying.
Yeah.
Is that like a camera pan or what are we?
Just kind of, yeah, I guess, yeah, kind of a
Okay.
camera pan.
So, you guys take some time to talk during your travels, and you really all kind of come together as a group. It's quite nice. It's quite beautiful. And yeah. So, was there anything more you wanted to do on the ship, or would you guys like to continue in Thornwall?
Let's continue. Yeah.
Festival style.
Beautiful.
Because
Actually,
you carrying
Gail
around her
has-
pond, my treat.
Actually, you know what? Gail has something he wants to express to Leah. Not really. Not really.
Oh, I was like, lore? I was like, I'm not sure about this one. It's like Leah already has a ship.
Hey.
Hey.
Love it.
It's pocket sized. It's a lot of jokes I can make there, but I'm not going to on the stream.
Oh, no.
We're moving past that one. It's festival time. So,
Yeah, I think at the end of their discussion, Cedars kind of looks at Leah and goes, "Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I know you don't like me. I guess you don't hate me. That's nice. But I want to know I'm glad. I want you to know that I'm glad you're here. And I like you in a way."
You're decent enough.
Friends?
She'll like not as like a sign of disgust, just because her hands are massive. She'll like grab part of your hand, and she'll go, acquaintances.
You know what? I'll go for that.
But you're still the sentient throw pillow, and the other one because that's funny as shit.
All right, whatever.
No.
What?
No!
What?
That is not. No!
What? What is it?
Sorry.
What have I
That
missed?
was way more popular before this started happening. Right.
leader, right? Would that one
Yeah.
is leader?
What am I missing? I can't see anything.
You want to
Someone
know. Harry,
in
your
chat
character's
is
gonna get
shipping
named.
everybody. They're just trying to ship name right now.
They're just
Oh,
shipping
no.
everybody with Leah.
Yes, Aaron.
Oh gosh!
I-
Yeah.
I would ship Cedar and Leah. I'm just saying.
Oh, the lovers are no.
But no, so Leah hops off the ship
That's
and goes to
uncomfortable.
look for the bracelet.
Oh no, that's uncomfortable. That last one's the worst.
Also, it's
I-
spelled wrong.
I tried to think. I can't see chat at all,
What
so
do you think it is, Harry?
I don't know. I can't think.
Ship names.
I think so. We
What
have
would the last combination
we have
be?
Galia and we have leader, and then I'm assuming that's supposed to be like Lighted? No, it'd be Kittis, so it'd be Litis, right?
Lidis.
Litis.
Which
my
sounds like something like the youths say nowadays.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
That was Lidis.
Mm.
Oh my gosh. Stop. Stop.
Oh my god.
I think I just took psychic damage from that.
Yay. The cringe is strong with this one.
Moving on.
Swiftly.
Festival time.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a dangerous one to choose. That is dangerous. I'm leaning this way. No.
Oh, I think I can guess which one this is.
No.
Festival time.
Festival
Oh
time.
dear. Leah
Um,
and Breslin. No.
No.
Leah, challenge to try my combat. I feel like I'm singing right now.
okay.
Reslia.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Please, before I get killed.
So Leah is charging forward, excited,
Mhm.
noticing smaller movement in the compass as she kind of adjusts heading directly as opposed to smaller broad movements. These ones are really big and direct, so she knows she's in the right place. Again, it is a day of rest in this city, and this is, like I said, the only thing you guys really know about it so far is it's the highest rated happiness capital of essentially the continent. And they have like awards and banners and things like that, and primarily they take a day of rest, and I think that's part of, you kind of assume that okay, so people get a day off, right? And so what you didn't really know until you see this is that there are giant festivals that happen on the day of rest, and you walk into kind of the city center as you notice that everyone's kind of headed around. The smell of food fills the air. People offer you as you pass by just like small pan bread and fresh tomatoes that have been grown, and they're kind of just offering you food, not really paying you too much mind, right? They're just kind of like, oh, people are here, we shower them with food and affections and things like that. No one's really selling anything, but as you approach the market center, you start to hear kind of like drum beats and people dancing and hooting and hollering, and people are on the roofs. And Kittis, roll a history check.
History check. Okay. 16.
You recognize the dance that the entire city square seems to be doing as the dance that you shared with your Warforged friend that you saved from the
I
castle.
love her and never
I'm
got
so
her
brave.
name.
No, you didn't. And you kind of start to make your way closer, and Leah is like charging forward, right? Just excited. And she's staring down at the compass and looks up. And all of you at the same time see together a Warforged woman dancing with a small group and teaching them all how to dance and rest in the middle of this festival. And people seem to be waiting in line to take turns to kind of take the class to learn how to dance, and that seems to be what this whole center of the town is focused on. And I have a picture of her somewhere now, so give me 1 second. It's new character art, but because I couldn't find the old one, but I'll put her up here momentarily.
Yay, yay.
We love new character art.
We love seeing
Also,
old friends.
Also, I swear, if Leah makes Gale do a jig in the middle of this festival,
That'd be so funny.
it. If you say so.
It'd be so funny.
There you
go.
Ooh.
Oh, she looks
She's
so
so
cool.
Oh dang!
Yeah.
I'm getting some major G1 RC vibes from that.
My
It's
AI
so
skills
cool.
are getting better.
Mm,
From
that's
Transformers?
awesome.
I love
From,
RC.
from Transformers.
I love RC.
I love her. I love her.
There we go.
So,
Bestie.
she kind of notices you. Her head kind of tilts to the side, and she acknowledges you, like with a nod, which was actually really reminiscent of a human behavior. So it actually kind of almost felt out of place for the Warforged. Um, and what you notice, first and foremost, is that she no longer has charges hooked up and is not running off of a steam power. And right behind her, in the faraway distance, you see a stall with a crowd of people around it.
Mm.
And you hear the cackling laughter of
No.
goblins making tons of money.
Which ones?
It's a good question. You're not over there. What do you guys do?
This goes over to her Warforged friend.
This is about to be such an amazing moment, and then you had to add whatever.
Gale prepares to change classes and rage.
Um,
So, you'll hear her in a more articulated voice as well. That's enough time for class. You guys go practice what you learned and teach the rest. She's like, I'm going to take a break. Next classes will resume soon. And she actually is like addressing the crowd, and then people are like, oh, and like super disappointed. But the kids go up and like grab the hands of some of the adults that were waiting and begin to kind of like teach them and share. And it's literally the exact steps that Kittis taught her in the mansion on the day of the fire. Leah, roll a perception check.
Okay. That is a 22.
Right. And you see it clear as day. These bracers that you're sought after were leading you to this woman, this Warforged woman. And they are built into her forearm armor. And you've just found the other half of the bracers.
Okay.
Yep. And she approaches Kittis. And again, she's acting like super human. And she holds out both of her hands to kind of hold both of yours and cradle both of yours in kind of like a gesture of like wanting to bond with you. To Kittis.
Kittis kind of puts down her bonsai very gently and just like
hold on. Give me a second to put down my tree.
Um,
Emotional support tree.
Right, and she kind of looks down at the tree and then looks back up at you and takes your hands, and then places her. It feels like cold steel, but it actually almost has a warmth to it. And she places her forehead against your forehead, and she's like, "It's good seeing you again. Thank you for getting me out of where I was. I have found a new home here, and it's thanks to you and your friends."
I'm so glad. I was hoping that you were got somewhere nice. I'm so happy to see you again.
I'm happy to see you too. I asked around to where the happiest place in the world was, and everyone led me here. And I have found it to be very accommodating, and I have made my money to live based off of the dance that you taught me. And it's all the rage in the village.
Well, I'm very glad. I'm just very happy to see you. It's been a long day. And a long week. And she kind of like reaches down and picks up her bonsai tree again because she doesn't want to get too far from it or get it trampled.
And she just kind of looks at you, and she seems kind of confused, but she doesn't say anything. She just kind of remains like, well, she's a metal warforged creature, so she just kind of stares like directly at you, almost like she knows something.
So are you still with the Fey Queen?
I took the time to understand what made me what I was. And I decided that I would like to not have my life based off of the turmoil of another. And so I made friends with a pair of goblins, and they have equipped me with my new core and essentially my new heart.
Can I see it?
And almost as if like an iris, a metal iris, like that's covering her center, opens up, and you can see a very white light. Two of them, one smaller than the other, kind of open up on her chest where the charges would used to sit. But instead of kind of hiding them underneath heavier armor, she now kind of exposes them out to the world. And there's just two white lights at the center of her chest.
So Kiss is just kind of going to like reach out and kind of she's like she pauses like, can I touch them or will it hurt you?
No, feel
Wow,
free.
that's some growth.
All right. So she reaches out and kind of like touches them and it's like trying to figure out on how they work.
You feel your body start to try to feed.
Dang it. Cedar!
Yeah, what's up?
Magic thing I can't touch.
That is very tragic. I'm very sorry.
Come- Get over here.
Okay, what is it?
The goblins made it.
Oh no. And you see her ear tufts just go, oh hey, it's you. How are you doing?
I am quite well. It is wonderful to see you too.
You said some goblins made that. What? By chance were their names?
Gobto and Fobto?
It. Cedar literally was going, please tell me who I think it is, please tell me who I think it is. And when she says goblin she goes, great!
Wait,
We've
hold on.
met them!
No, hold on, wait a minute. You guys have met Gobta and Fobta.
Gobta, not Gobto and
No,
No.
we have. We've met Gobto and Fobto.
I could have
And
sworn
Gobna
those were
and
the ones that were...
Pobna.
Did
Yeah.
you so did you meet Ta or Toe?
Toe and Na.
Okay. So then these ones, sorry, I'm just getting my names
Toe
mixed
were
up.
the green ones.
Oh,
Na
wait, this
were
isn't
the
the
blue
blue
ones.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so you haven't met Taz though. You've only met Toes.
Okay, and you said
Right.
Ta just now, right?
Sorry.
Yeah, you would have said Ta, yeah.
Yeah, so sorry. I meant to say I have all my names together with these guys, and they're all super similar. So the Toes, I
God.
We're
believe.
trying to keep track of all these
I know.
characters.
So
All
two.
these sets of goblins.
All these
with
sets of
very similar
goblins.
names.
Oh yeah, there are many. So continuing on.
Oh
Okay,
no.
okay.
So let's just say we'll name redact. The green ones were Toes, the blue ones were Nas. The ones you're meeting now are going to be Taz. So Gobta
Okay.
and Fobta.
Thank goodness.
So
Kit just like whispers in your ear.
they'll be the third set.
Kit just like very quietly whispers in her ear, like, I tried touching it and then my body almost ate it.
Oh, that's a
So
problem.
help figure out what that is.
Okay, right. And then Cedar on the mind link goes, you do know you don't technically have to whisper. You can just use the mental link that we've had for literal months.
I don't typically use it.
It's a tool right there, and you sounded like you wanted it to be secretive, so that's even more secretive than that.
I think she can kind of see what's wrong with my body, though, to be honest. Like turning back to the Warforge.
Yes,
Do you mind if I take a look?
I can very easily recognize a soulless husk. Many of my brethren are soulless.
Yeah, I'm trying
That's
to
a lot,
fix
huh?
that. Do you know how to fix it?
Yes. I'm sure my friends could probably offer you some help. They helped me,
I don't want them to.
but
I-
you needed help. Did you not?
I do, but I don't. They came out of the thing that possibly helped make it this.
we could at least check and look. I'm not saying we'll have to do anything. I'm not going to pressure you to do anything. I'm just saying, let's at least go and talk to them. Maybe see if they have.
First, figure out what
yes,
that is.
yes, I will. Chill for a sec, okay? I will. But thank you for asking me before doing the thing. I'm proud of you for that.
I don't want to eat her.
I should hope not. And then may I see?
And she points her chest kind of towards you.
And Steve's gonna take a look at the kind of core thing.
And Kittis is just kind of look over her shoulder.
What do I find out about it?
So at first glance, it just kind of looks like a radiant arc reactor from Iron Man, essentially, where it's just kind of circling and humming a little bit. Alright, so do you want to roll investigation? Do you want to do any experiment on it? Or do you want to just kind of do like an arcana? Because you kind of have a feeling it's magical already.
To do Arcana.
Okay, go for it.
With advantage since I'm helping?
Sure.
Okay, that's a 7. I couldn't tell if it was a 7 or a 1.
17.
Plus 8. That's a 25 to Arcana.
Okay. So you realize it's definitely goblin made, and it's essentially the same exact style. Like, it looks like something that the goblins would make. Like, the shell of it almost looks like the same shell that houses the compass that Leah has been holding onto, and kind of is like, and it's very mechanical and very magical. But its core is yellow, so you can tell that even though the style and coloring is different, it feels exactly the same magically as the compass. And so it almost feels like it's alive, but it's not breathing.
Does it ever speak to you? Out of curiosity?
My core?
Yeah.
No more and no less than the others did.
Then... What do you mean by that?
I mean, it speaks to me no more and no less than when I used the other cores.
So those cores also spoke. Huh.
Well, they were mad at Fey Queens.
That is true.
It's hard to say spoke. Like, me and you speak. But in the concept of communication, they both hold true.
Yeah. I like the way you think. They're fun conversations.
Where are you staying
Thank you.
currently?
I have a shack that I plug into every once in a while to rest my body. I don't need a bed or anything, or human comforts, but they wanted me to have a place to rest, so they made me a house.
Very lovely.
It's nice. I think we should find somewhere to stay while we're in town, and then we can go and talk to those goblins if you would like to.
Please.
Okay. Also,
Stay with
if
me.
Yay! Okay. And Kittis just kind of like takes a little bit of the cup of her soul and just pours some more into the tree.
You hear the whirring of her eyes as they kind of like focus and look at what you're doing. But she doesn't say anything. She does approach Leah, though. And she says, "You, I don't know. Hello.
Hi.
My name is Sylvia Mark IV. Pleasure."
My name is Leah Varus.
And she holds out kind of a hand to shake yours, but she doesn't do it as like a normal handshake. She acknowledges the fact that you're probably like a warrior and kind of tries to shake your forearm as a like kind of like a
Yeah. She'll do that.
one thing that you notice. Go ahead and roll. Let's call it Constitution.
Okay. Save. Check.
Just a check. Like it's not an attack or anything.
Cox. That's 13.
She is stronger than you,
Mm-hmm.
and you take. I'll just roll a quick d4 here. Just from the strength alone of the handshake, like hurts your forearms, and you can actually feel like your skin and bones kind of like crush a little bit. And it's not malicious. She's just strong, and it actually you take 2 damage just from like the you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too. Do you mind if we head back to your place? There's something I'd like to discuss with you.
Sure. This way. And she begins to kind of slowly walk, like very gracefully. Like very gracefully. So not like a warforged. She's actually now walking very like light-footed, and calm and with purpose. And so she's acting, or at least presenting, very, very refined.
Candace kind of just follows and kind of mimics, just holding her tree.
Aww. Yeah, Cedar follows.
All right. So you guys make it back to her house, and it's gigantic. Like huge. So I'm getting a map here really quick.
I love that. Yeah, I have a shack that I stay at. It's gonna turn out to be like some like big old mansion. Do you have a bath?
There we go. So this is her home. You notice outright that there is a lot of natural light windows. Every natural curve to the house actually just has bay windows on every side, and natural light pours into the home. And it's 2-story, and it's huge. As she kind of escorts you there, she goes into like a higher end district, and you can actually see like the plaque on her neighbor's like fence with the name of the house actually has like Mayor St. George Paul Lucas's house, and it has like this dude's like super important and he's the mayor, and then right next to her, like his house, she turns and walks and there's just plain grass, no planted gardens, anything like that. It's just completely plain. And she goes into the home and like opens the door and welcomes you in, and it's just empty. Every word you speak echoes because there's nothing in here to kind of catch the sound waves. And she's like, welcome to my home. Please make yourselves comfortable.
Thank you very much for your hospitality.
You're welcome. I don't usually entertain. I will have food delivered.
Thank you. Do you want us to pay you back or anything?
No,
Or-
please. Of course. You saved me from a fate, well, a deadly fate. By helping me escape, you opened my eyes to a world full of what they call empathy and care. And it has allowed me to live wonderfully. And I just wish to share that fortune with you.
Are you still on good terms with the Fey Queen?
No, we parted ways. I did not find strategic use in that relationship.
Oh. Did she take that well?
Of course.
Well, sounds like you've got everything figured out. I'm impressed.
Yes. Just, please, I would love to show you around.
Okay.
And she begins to kind of escort you around the house. And when you get into the very back room, the one thing that you notice is that the floor is very, very worn out in here. And she's like, "This is my dance studio." And you can see just the weight of her on the floor has just like completely destroyed it. And then she takes you upstairs, which is just this like open concept second floor bedroom that's wall to wall, the same size as the first floor. And in one of the corners is just a pile of gold and silver and copper. And presumably, like, the only thing that she owns is the money that she's made. Um, and small trinkets that it's the only other thing aside from that is a small it's a small table with like incense um, and a drawn photo of someone that you don't recognize, and it almost seems like a place of worship or prayer towards this person, but no one recognizes her.
Oh, who's this?
Kid just kind of like pops down.
And she pauses for a moment and says, "Well, I guess you can consider her me, but the part of me I honor for the life I have."
She kind of picks up the drawing and kind of like holds it up, like looking at the drawing and her.
She is very beautiful, much like all of you.
Very lovely.
And then she turns to Leah. "So what did you wish to speak about? Thank you for sharing the formality of a home tour."
So your forearms, are you aware of the bracers that are built into them?
Yes, it was my
Do you know
commitment.
do you know of any way to have them non-lethally removed?
And she
Oh my gosh.
she takes one hand and places it on her forearm, and at the elbow, screws begin to whir and basically disconnect, and she does a sharp twist and removes her entire forearm.
That's handy.
See, I don't mean to be in opposition in any way, but and she'll hold up her forearms in this moment and she'll go, "I have the other set."
Ah, yes. The existence of these will benefit both users. In this case, the strength that I have been given. I will diminish my strength to give to the other pair, who was being worn by Alpha 1, but I see that as no longer. So where my strength goes now, I do not know. How strange.
See, I need that other set of bracers. I have a way that I can hook them up to a family member of mine who's passed, and I can still benefit from their strength and have them as a part of me.
Interesting. I would love to become more dexterous and light on my feet, as I feel it would benefit me. So I would propose a trade. Find me an armament that will increase my dexterity, and you may have my strength.
Okay.
Perfect. They're here. and you hear the creaking of the front door downstairs. Please, join me in my dining room. And she kind of takes you back downstairs, and in another empty room completely, she kind of ushers you in there. And in the door, two red goblins pop in with a small cart full. It's kind of like a catering tray of just shit tons of food, like probably like 100 pounds of barbacoa meat. Like there's various like quick flash preserved peppers. There's fresh tomatoes, charcoal pan fried bread, and then like sand fried bread, and then like deep fried bread, and there just seems to be
All the bread.
all the bread, and then like mozzarella sticks that are just kind of cracking open, and you can see the steam and the cheese just melting out of it. But it's hundreds of pounds of food being brought into the house specifically for you guys. And I will pull up the pictures of the goblins here for you.
All
Can I
right.
start shoving some of the food into the bag of holding? Just kind of like shoving like entire to replenish this supply for her pets. Her supply of food. That's what she's been feeding Arthur and like all the ones that eat. It's just every time she's just like, here it is.
Huh. Sorry, it was a little
Oh
bit of a
my-
jump scare.
Goodness, it's like a
Why?
demonic gremlin.
Like a goblin red skull.
Hail Hydra!
Oh gosh.
Cut off one head and two more shall take its place.
And
Got face tendrils.
Ah.
Ah, great. We've made these goblins like goblin Nazis, I guess.
No, that would be nice.
We already have two.
I love how predisposed to hatred you are of these guys. Like,
You
it's,
set us up for that.
You should have for that on the stupid first ones.
so. mhm.
These guys are gonna be the sweetest out of all of them. That's the plot
Mhm.
twist.
Kidis actually kind of like talks fondly with them because of the Warforged Sylvia.
And she goes, "Welcome, my friends. Thank you for bringing the food on such short notice. Please take your cut from my upstairs bank." And you see the gentleman. He kind of pulls his goggles up, and his eyes are just glazed over red. And he's like, "Oh, never a trouble, dearie. Always love to help new visitors in town." And he kind of like stares at you all like really deeply. Now,
Hi.
is there anything else we can assert ourselves to get for you, my dearie? Ah, hello, stranger. What wonderfully mighty big wings you have. And he's like sniffing Gale's wings.
Oh,
If you flap
Thank
them,
you.
do they make a sound?
I mean, yeah, a little bit of a sound, and he'll give it a little bit of a flap.
Ah, it allows you flight. A man of your size and armament. Strange. How much?
Oh, these aren't for sale. But that's kind of you to offer.
Oh, you're sure? I could remove them quite painlessly.
Oh, no, that won't be necessary. Thank you.
Ah, okay. Well, no problem. There are many winged creatures here, aren't there? And he looks over at Cedar.
Hello.
But yours have a smell. Yours are borrowed already.
Sorry, can you say that part again? I didn't really
Said,
hear.
yours are borrowed already. This weird ass accent.
It's because I made them German, isn't it?
That's what I'm going for. Not really, but I had to give him an accent because you guys made them Nazis all of a sudden. I don't know why. I get it. It's the Red Skull joke. I get it.
Yeah.
Don't cancel
That's
us.
all it is. Nothing else. Don't read into it.
Yeah, it's a kind of a.
How did that?
Yeah.
So what happened to your originals?
They rotted off my back from a hag.
Ah, yes. Hag deals. They come to me often for trades, but you never can trust a hag.
Yeah.
Nope.
They do
Kid
stink.
is just carrying around her bonsai.
Well, I guess if there's no deals to be made and nothing to be bought or bartered, we will make our leave.
Thank you for bringing food. Have a lovely rest of your day.
Of course, and if you need anything else, we find ourselves to be quite dexterous.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
And the goblin woman with two sets of ears kind of flicks both of them at the term and when he said dexterous. But we shall take our leave. Oh, but pardon my manners. And then they introduce themselves. It's the names we discussed. Because the original ones will go with Toe. These ones are Taz.
Oh,
This is myself, God Ta, and this is my wife, Fob Ta. She
lovely to
doesn't.
meet.
She doesn't speak much, but it is lovely to meet you too.
Do your glasses see different things too?
Of course, we all see the world in different ways, don't we, dear?
Yeah.
But
Just a bit.
if you ever need anything, feel free to visit our shop. We can make anything out of anyone. Sorry, that was a body parts joke. Not that funny. I need to work on that. And Sylvia goes, yes, you do. You'll never be as funny as me. Yes, ain't that the truth, dear? And they kind of bow, and he takes off his hat, and he's just bald with like this little tuft of fur at the top, and he kind of bows out, and he begins to leave.
Kid is about like curtsies back.
Kiddos kind of does a bit of a like curtsy bow kind of situation.
So, Leah,
Mm-hmm.
that's a police officer outside.
They're coming for you.
They're coming for you.
They're here to arrest me for crimes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
I hope we can be fast friends.
Agreed.
I know of the other pair of gauntlets as an option. Someone I don't like has them, and I would definitely love to see them taken down a notch or two, unless you
Oh.
have a better idea. And she just kind of smiles.
do you
Not
not
in the
like?
slightest, no.
What was that, Leah?
I'm curious.
Not in the
who do you not?
slightest.
Well, someone I used to work with is
Oh,
taking up residence in this town, and they were quite mean to me.
oh.
They were a Mach 3 unit, and they were also bonded to our boss.
Hmm.
And I would like them to leave. And if you don't mind getting your hands dirty, then I think we could trade.
Getting my hands dirty is one of the best things I do.
Perfect. Now, please don't misunderstand my malice towards this person. I merely only wish to defend the happiness of this village, and I do not feel they are conducive to that.
One question. Of course, I will attempt this peacefully, but in the scenario that does not pan out, is force allowed?
I will leave the discretion of the trade deal up to you, but force may be necessary, as they, unlike me, because of the lessons you taught, they are a bad egg.
Understood.
Perfect. Please, take your time and rest in my home. Shall I try to accommodate you all with furnishings?
That would be lovely. Thank you.
Then I shall have them delivered. But I must go back to my classes, as they are how I earn my living. So I will bid you adieu for now. It has been wonderful
And,
to see you all again.
If you wouldn't mind, when you have things delivered, and I will absolutely pay for this, could you have a couple pounds of stone brought over? Maybe some nice marble?
Only the finest for my friends who have saved me.
Thank you.
And
I gotta go, guys. Bye.
no, it's fine. I was just gonna say I think that's probably where we'll end the session for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
Pleasure.
Okay.
Definitely.
Bye.
Have fun.
Bye. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
So, but yeah. So I think we'll end here for now. It's a good wrap-up
Alrighty.
point.
Mhm.
Yeah. A nice kind of calm wrap up point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wanted to kind of give you a high note so you're not traumatized too much.
Gracious sakes, yeah.
A high point with the German goblins.
German goblins. Yeah. I can't even do it. You do it
My
too
God.
well.
Love you, Phil. Love you.
I- Pleasure.
But we'll go ahead and end stream for now. Thank you guys all for joining.
Yeah, thank
we'll-
you. See y'all hopefully next week.
Next
we'll see
week.
what happens.
Have a good one.
Bye, nerds.